I am being viciously attacked with lies and smears. I think it's a disgrace, and I say that, and I say that. They're making me out to be a very mean, bad kind of a guy, and that's not me. What the hell is going on? They're sneaky, dirty rats. Really not a bad person, by the way. The American dream is dead. We're dying. We're dying. I never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. The media is so dishonest and so corrupt, and the pile-on is so amazing. The whole thing is one big fix. One big fix. It's one big ugly lie. It's one big fix. The press can't write the kind of things they write, which are lies, lies, lies. Stories of fabrications and false. They write lies, they write false stories. They tell they're false, it makes no difference. And frankly, our country is going to hell. I've always been thin-skinned. The tone is such hatred. I've been thin-skinned from day one. The tone is such hatred. I don't have thin skin. I have very strong, very thick skin. And I don't call it thin-skinned. I'm angry. I'm very angry. What do you have to lose by trying, Trump? What do you have to lose? Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose? Liberty, fuck yeah. Wax lips, fuck yeah. The Alamo, fuck yeah. Band-Aid, fuck yeah. Las Vegas, fuck yeah. Christmas, fuck yeah. Immigrants, fuck yeah. Popeye, fuck yeah. Democrats, fuck yeah. Republicans, sportsmanship, books.
In Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Are we still 1-1? Oh, did we get another one in there?
Scored, baby, 2-1. You
Yeah.
That's it. What a way to open the program.
Hey, we're always winning in this country, okay?
But it's even better when we're beating Canada.
Yes.
Directly to their faces.
Yay, North Dakota!
We're starting this program by announcing Canada will soon be our 51st state after the results of this game.
Yep.
Governor Trudeau already signed on the bet.
Yep. I have it on good authority to know that we will be renaming Canada Gay North Dakota when this happens.
Oh man, they blasted that free bird.
It's great. So listen, while we're talking about what we're talking about, we are clearly going to be paying attention to this great American sport, hockey. While our team shits on Canada in our 8th favorite sport.
Isn't it great? The Oilers, you fucking lost the fucking NHL Cup, and now your country's getting fucking wrecked by Canada.
Yep.
Now your country's getting wrecked by America. Sorry. So sorry.
Listen,
you're just not good at hockey.
It's gonna be okay, but I heard that how we are going to start today's.
Oh boy, Canada just got power play.
Oh no. Yeah, how we're gonna start today's
Yeah, what's the damn, he tripped. What's the first item on our political journey for today?
I think you have to ask Alex Jones that question.
Are we starting with Doge? Are we going straight off the?
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the government's been cutting spending, as you know, and the evil Democrats have been trying to stop it any way they can. They want to keep the corruption going, keep the globalist empire going, keep the spending, keep all the. So I'm going to show you a piece of programming that aired earlier today that shows and exposes the evil that these people are.
All right.
I'm proud to say that we received, listen to this, more votes from Black Americans than any Republican president ever. Almost 40% of the vote. Now, I won't be happy the next time. Should I run again? You tell me.
40%. Oh my God.
There's your controversy right there. There's your controversy.
You said you wanted to pause this person, Andy. What were you going on?
Oh no. That would just be reeling from the pain of, like, I don't know. What I'm saying, common sense and everything leaking out of my ears after hearing that statement.
Oh well, hold on. There's more.
40%, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Are you okay, Andy? You're gonna make it, right?
You're gonna make it through this.
The clip
This is
you
just
just
the
saw
paper road.
is going to send shockwaves of hysteria and fear through the left. And obviously, Trump is trolling them. I can tell you from behind the scenes stuff. He wants to turn the country around, get a lot of good people in there, and then go enjoy his grandkids. But regardless, the fact that the left has had Obama in for all these administrations, because the last administration with Biden was his third unelected administration, and they did steal 2020. And so these totalitarians are so scared. But don't worry, globalists and leftists. You're not going to come creeping back in 4 years. You're losing all over the world. Populism is exploding. Your plan for nuclear war is failing. But you got to love that black crowd of amazing people there, Tiger Woods and others, absolutely cheering when Trump trolls the media and saying 4 more years, 4 more years. Let me give you a little secret, globalists. If Trump wants 4 more years, he'll get it. So if you don't let him finish his work, you're going to get 4 more years. So you're screwed any way you slice it. Thank you so much for watching. God bless President Trump, and God bless all of you in the info war.
Alex Jones edited this.
His people did.
$1.5 million to promote gays, lesbians, and trans in Jamaica.
What?
You know, just globalist
$1 million
agenda.
to strengthen trans-led organizations to deliver gender-affirming health care in Guatemala.
$43 million on a gas station in Afghanistan that had
What? Why is Shell not getting no 43 million for an Afghan gas station? Not like a chain, just one $43 million Afghan gas station.
Oh my God! Can any of you guys actually like look into this stuff and not blindly?
No,
take what these people are saying?
I would hope. I'm hoping that you can. Okay,
Experts have the experts looking into it.
Yeah, I'm. Cannot be clarified. There's no way. There's no way.
43 million gas station Afghan.
Can we fact check that one? There's no way.
NBC,
43 million.
NBC News. U.S. spent 43 million on Afghan gas station.
What?
This was in 2015. Yeah. Yep. According to Special Inspector General Afghan Reconstruction, said one of the most troubling issues how the Department of Defense was unable or willing to explain why the ill-conceived project was so expensive. It did happen. Yes. 43 million on an Afghan gas station.
Is that the gas station that's behind? That can't be it, right? Never mind. You know what? $43 million gas.
You know, there's a lot more that they actually have to do. You know what? I'm not even going to explain it to you guys.
No.
There's no world you could justify that price tag.
I'll let you
Well,
try.
let's see.
You could try.
I mean, I can easily, because mind you, if we set up a gas station in Afghanistan, you know what's going to be not? You know what's not far from that gas station? A military installation. Like, it's common fucking sense. You think they're just gonna build a gas station, put Haji at the fucking like front desk, all right? Make sure they're stocked up on Cheetos and Fritos and freaking Funyuns and shit. Like, all right, we're all done here, boys. Let's leave. Come on, guys, use your fucking brains, man.
Okay, well, there's the article I'm sharing at NBC News.
Okay, hold on.
But don't worry, guys. There's plenty on this list.
Wait. He's saying though that there would be a military installation next to the gas station.
Why else would we be putting a gas station in Afghanistan? Oh my god. No. I'm having an aneurysm at this. Oh my god.
I mean,
just continue the tape so we can get through with this, please.
Okay. Still, dude. One.
No customers.
$20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street.
No, but okay.
Justify that one. Justify that one. Tell me how the military base is next to Sesame Street.
Oh my god!
No, tell me how Elmo protecting the country.
No, but okay, like, is that one for real?
Let's find out.
0.5.
I'm sorry, just I feel like I'm gonna have hate this whole video.
All right, so Snopes, how do we know about the claims?
Holy
Development
fuck.
of program Arabic language TV show featuring Sesame Street characters claimed. Iowa made the claim. Kids TV show featuring characters archived from a page from the USID website show the funding for Alam Isim Iraq in 2021. So it's not that they funded Sesame Street. They funded Alan Sim that features Sesame Street characters. And it's an educational Iraqi program.
Which is a long way of saying they funded a show.
They funded the Sesame Street workshop to produce the Iraqi program. So this is one of those situations where you probably saw some fucking kickbacks through a nonprofit. And it should never take 20 million.
All right, get to the part when they show how much money they actually spent, how much money they actually got for that fucking project.
Well, if you give money to a nonprofit, how it's spent, it doesn't matter because you gave the money to a nonprofit.
Read the article in front of you, dude. Just read it.
I am, dude. I am. I'm not here trying to defend $20 million on Sesame Street.
Oh my fucking god! Read the goddamn article.
Okay.
Like, when you see somebody, they go ahead and they
I love
have
this
a
show.
meltdown for some shit that they share on Facebook, and it's only because they're reacting to like the headline and not actually reading the article. This is that on a national level, bro. All right, because mind you, Sesame Street themselves, they're trying to stay afloat. They can't even get money for their own shit. You mean to tell me they get $20 million?
I stand corrected.
Thank you.
$20 million. According to USspending.gov data, only $18.2 million were funded.
Keep reading.
Street Sesame.
Keep reading. You're almost there.
I mean, we're already 18.2 in the hole. 18.2 ain't much better than 20.
Read the fucking paragraph.
One $13 million grant starting in 2021 and one $5.2 million grant starting September 2021. Only spent $470.
Now read that next sentence.
Outlay to pay to the workshop at the time of the writing meeting. The rest of the fund has to be paid. According to Snopes, Sesame Workshop is on the source of the $20 million figured on the Archive USID page. So you're telling me, because the claim is that the rest of the money did not go to the Sesame Street workshop. It went to
the first thing you gotta realize. The second thing you gotta realize is that when you go ahead and you try to create a program, like a TV show, you're not just doing one episode. You're doing multiple episodes over
Why
saying
are my
for
tax
years.
dollars going to funding
USA
No,
It's
stands
very
back
weird
from
that
no
you're doing all this
sport.
to defend the funding of a foreign television show with our tax dollars.
Obviously, you don't know how fucking public TV works.
in America? I don't give a shit about Iraq.
You're not making much sense here to help your case.
Listen, the point I'm making is this.
This is
the only reason to have shows. The point of Sesame Street, the whole point of Sesame Street is so that motherfuckers should learn.
And who funds
trying to-
Sesame Street?
I don't give a fuck about
Sesame
Iraq.
Street before, well, mind you,
Tax
when it was
dollars.
part of PBS, it was on public. It was done by public fucking. That was public fucking funding. That
Next
did.
item on
You
the
ever
list.
notice? You ever watch a show on PBS and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
thanks
if you
to
were
these
smart,
people
right?
for donating, these people for donating,
I'd be
and of
broke
course,
with $1 million
donations from viewers." Dude, if you're gonna go ahead, dude, let me talk, dude. Let me talk.
Yeah, go ahead. Let Andy finish. We'll let Andy finish.
Further tied the game. You see what happens when Andy talks. You see what happens when Andy talks. Canada wins.
Hey, that was a Florida Panther that scored, though. Okay,
Don't give a fuck, traitor. Guantanamo.
We're gonna let Sam Bennett have it, dude.
All right, I'm just gonna play Call of Duty.
No, wait. Finish what the fuck you were saying.
All right, listen. When it comes to a public, like, mind you, this is a public funded television show, which you're trying to go ahead. Mind you, first off, visual entertainment is not cheap to make, especially if you're planning to like have said program run for years and years and years and years. Like motherfuckers literally motherfuckers literally grew up on Sesame Street. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I used to watch Sesame Street all the motherfucking time. All right. And I will take that knowledge, go to school, and do good in school. I would actually like have that foundation set. So all they're trying to do with this is set some shit up so these Iraqi kids don't just sit in their fucking caves all day and then they grow up to be fucking like dumbasses and they're joining the fucking Taliban or some shit.
They're still gonna
Like,
And why isn't
like,
their own government setting that up?
Because their own government gets bombed to hell every fucking 10 years. By us, mind you.
Iraq?
They can't do shit about it.
Yeah, you're wrong about that one there.
Like, mind you, we're fucking America. We're the fucking top of the fucking spire. We're trying to bring everybody up on our level.
Okay, but
like, mind you, think of it this way: you think kids growing up on Elmo gonna have grow up to have an anti-American sentiment?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I mean,
never mind. I'm just.
I grew up.
They already do.
I grew up on Elmo, and I had a hell of an anti-American sentiment in my teenage years.
Like, we literally have an example in here.
You know. So okay, but Andy,
we're trying to help other people.
What is the purpose of USA?
Like, I don't know why empathy is such a bad word with you people.
It's not. I'm not even.
And yes, I meant to say you people.
Who said empathy is a bad word?
No, dude, no one's that you're fine. What is the purpose of USAID?
Not even USAID, it's USAID.
I like calling it USAID because it sounds cooler when I say it.
But it's not actually about aid.
Okay, what is the purpose of USAID? Fucking
international development.
International.
Like at the end of the day, we're the country with all the money. So what happens if we don't break bread? That's what makes these people come after us.
But we break the
bread. How do you think this whole fucking Taliban, fucking Al Qaeda shit popped off in the first place? They sit there amongst themselves like, man, fuck these American niggas. They got all the money. They're like, fuck us. So they turn around. And, like, you know, if I have to explain all this shit, bro, like, nah, man.
Had no customers.
20 million.
Do you think that $20 million is necessary? Hold on, like,
do you know how much money it costs to make a TV show?
Well, I'm actually gonna look that up real quick. Sesame Street
Think of it this way.
American.
A 2-hour movie. This is a movie, so obviously, like the level's a little bit higher. But for a
You know
2-hour
what?
movie,
Okay, I'm gonna
what's
grant.
up?
I'm gonna grant you this. The annual budget for Sesame Street in America is about 25 million.
Yes, but
So
it's
we're
not
spending.
entirely funded by taxpayer dollars.
At one point, it was, and it was that way for about
No,
40
it
fucking
was
years.
partially funded. It was never entirely funded. Partially funded by
It's
public
still
money.
being funded with tax dollars. If they get a red set of tax money, it counts just as much. Doesn't fucking matter. Like, come on,
No,
bro.
I would argue that matters because like
Actually, I think it does.
we would be paying less if other people were paying into Iraqi Sesame Street. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know why it's such a
it's
hoopla over $20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street. But so far we dumped almost $4 trillion into a fucking fighter jet that doesn't even fucking fly. But yeah, I mean, yeah, man, that's the Iraqi Sesame Street. Yeah, man, that's the biggest problem.
I'm not trying to what about.
Why are you comparing
this?
national defense to entertainment?
I mean, we are the country that has more of a defense budget than the next 40 fucking countries combined. I mean,
I don't
think anybody stands a chance. Nobody stands a chance against us, bro.
And I feel good about that.
Fact.
You don't
Nobody
feel good about that?
beating us on the military front. Nobody.
Don't feel good about that?
I feel great about that. I feel like amazing about
exactly. I feel safe.
But when we're talking about money, yes, $20 million is basically a drop in the bucket. But then
in comparison to spending like instead of dumping like a goddamn swimming pool worth of fucking shit on shit that don't fucking work.
Disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Over 6
Street. 4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
Over 6 million for men who have sex with men in South Africa.
Andy.
Now, if you don't see the slant and how they're describing that program,
no, Andy, I'm gonna give you the most faith here by telling you what I know about that. What I know about that, this one right here.
Kazakhstan.
Over 6 million.
Yeah, this one, the 6 million to the gay people, that one's mislabeled. You weren't here for the UPOL 2 weeks ago when I discussed this the first time. But this is mislabeled. This is misinformation. This guy right here is fucking lying to you.
Well,
It's not about gay people in Uganda. They were promoting sex safety,
safe sex,
STI,
trying to stop like the spread of AIDS over there.
They were giving them
because a bunch of people from another country are having a bunch of fucking diseases, easily preventable diseases. What ends up happening to those people? They end up coming here. All right, or people from over here will go over there, catch that disease, and then bring that shit over here. We can't have that.
All right,
that's why we're trying to stamp out these diseases where the fuck they pop up.
They were also given rape kits and STI kits so that they can detect.
Yeah, because South Africa
like this. Go ahead. But yeah, it was this one. This one I was able to read up a little bit.
Keep in mind, there's layers to this cake because a lot of times they get all this money allocated, and the people of the area don't even know these programs are happening. Because why? This money's getting kicked back into the pockets and organizations of these fucking criminals.
Well, that's true in this particular one, the Ugandan gay one. They cared about that program deeply. That program was very vocal about, hey, this is gonna fuck us royally type shit. Like the guy was very vocal about it. There's gonna be other things that we're about to discuss where you're very spot on, but this one, so that the gays can understand that I'm good faith, I know that this one's bullshit.
Well, sometimes everything has to be dismantled of a whole organization and rebuilt before it can go back into stuff that actually is required.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For men who have sex with men in South Africa.
$2 million for Moroccan pottery classes.
$2 million for sex changes in Guatemala. $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
I don't care. That's only 47,000. That's fucking hilarious.
I don't have a justification for that at all. But all right, 47,000 for what? Was
the only
it at
justification
least
you could give for something like that is attempted propaganda.
Was it Wicked?
In Guatemala, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
$17 million to promote
Wicked's not an
inclusion
opera.
in Vietnam.
$32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
$8 million.
There's so many of these things that should not be funded by taxpayer money.
Was it Spider-Man? Like, just saying, was it?
The crazy part is like
we really have to go ahead and disseminate a fucking Alex Jones video.
these Latin.
This is bottom of the barrel.
Vietnam.
$32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
$8 million to teach Sri Lankan journalists how to avoid binary gendered language.
$300 million to.
Oh fuck! Come on, dude. You can't add yourself. You can't add yourself, Alex.
First himself.
Ah, Alex, you're fucking the video up now.
Reuters to attack Elon Musk.
$2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala.
Billions to the corporate media to attack Trump and run the fake impeachment propaganda.
$330 million to help Afghanis grow crops.
They need the food so they don't attack us.
Crops.
$122 million of the USAID money was given to terrorists.
These people are lunatics.
No one elected Big Balls.
Big BALLS, Big Balls here.
She did everything to not actually say it.
Personally, I voted for Big Balls. Elon Musk does.
I also voted for Harry Balls.
Harry Balls is also another good one.
Charles, is there more?
I don't know. I didn't see the whole thing. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't know if I could do 12 minutes.
No, we're good. That's all we needed. That's all we needed.
All right, cool. All right, fuck. That was more Alex Jones.
Gotta keep the program entertaining. You know, like if we don't present the information in an entertaining way, then these fuckers are gonna go offline. You know, we live in a very short span fucking society, so gotta have some fun with it.
All right. So while we have that in our mind,
fresh,
as part of an overall plan to dramatically downsize federal workforce, Trump has begun mass firing across multiple agencies. This was after a federal judge allowed the Trump administration's deferred resignation program to proceed, a program that offers federal employees to leave their jobs but be paid through September. 75,000 employees roughly have taken that offer. Employees in the DOE and the SBA have been sent letters that stated the agency finds based on your performance that you have not demonstrated that your further employment at the agency would be in public interest. Elon Musk Dog has launched a website that is currently just tweets from their account at the moment. Although I'm pretty sure that may have changed. They've added charts and shit now. So, because I wrote this a week ago. Musk has called for the deletion of the U.S. federal agencies criticizing, in specific, USAID and the National Endowment for Democracy. They're also looking at the IRS, and they're looking at maybe the fucking. I heard something about the mail that we're going to go through the postal service. Oh, and we found vampires in the Social Security benefits list. So there was a
Oh,
whole
come on, you guys.
listen,
You guys have not.
there was a whole speech. I would have played it, but it went on for fucking ever, so I'm not gonna. But basically, the interesting part about the speech in this topic was apparently they've found vampires in the Social Security registry. So apparently vampires, according to Doge. Okay, I have to stress this because I haven't seen much evidence of this yet. Grant that. I have to grant that. I have to fucking neon highlight that. But according to Doge, Dracula is getting Social Security money.
So in the audit, they came out with the numbers of the ages or age ranges and how many people of those are in existence with Social Security benefits right now. And it's 60 million more than the actual population of this country of citizenship. And some of them are older than as old as this country would have even existed.
Now, I just want to disclaim that it doesn't mean that these payments are going out to these people that has yet to be looked into. But these are the
fact
types
is,
of windows.
it's not talking just about Social Security benefits. It's talking about they have Social Security numbers, which is also just weird because the Social Security system didn't exist at the birth of our country.
It's legacy code, guys. Like, you guys know how programming worked when they
apparently you do
first started like building these systems.
Yes, I am a programmer.
Okay, so you know how like old code when converted to new code is going to default that the system will overlook, the newer systems will overlook, so those payouts aren't made.
That doesn't explain the
there's more
We're
records in
not.
the
That's okay. We're not talking about just the payments. We never said anything about there's actually being payments made. There's been no say.
You guys
that
just made the joke about Dracula getting Social Security, bro. Like, come on.
Yes.
Dracula has a Social Security number is basically the joke.
Yeah, I mean,
there are people registered in the Social Security system, 60 million more than current citizenship that exists in the United States.
Sorry, but I
Anything
think
on
we're
that
gonna
one?
lose brain cells if I actually have to explain this shit.
I really, I mean, you lose brain cells all the time with me, dude. So you might as well explain this shit.
Yeah, that's because we're smoking weed, man. That's the brain cells I want to use. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come on, man. Listen, if you don't explain it, we're about to have conversations with my MAGA father.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love this segment.
So if you don't explain it, my dad's gonna.
What are we explaining?
Okay, how does Dracula have a social about?
Oh,
I love it.
oh boy. Because our government thought it'd be a good idea to pay people that are 300 years old and 200 years old and 180 years old.
And 500 apparently.
No, I don't think there's anything that's up that high. But 360 something is the highest of the age range.
Yeah, there's one person getting paid that's 360 years old, yes. But there's like thousands of people that are getting paid over 180. Thousands.
Crazy, because our country is only like 200 something years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Pops.
Why don't you look at fucking, there's a meme on X. Take a look at that.
But we've seen an Alex Jones video already on this podcast. We're already at our like unhinged limit in the first hour, and we're not even at the fucking hour mark. So yeah, we saw Alex and we're still dissecting Alex's video here, but we're at the part where fucking there's vampires in the Social Security registry. Andy is explaining that this doesn't mean that everybody was getting money. It just apparently something.
I'm sure the dead people. I'm sure the dead people weren't getting money. I'm sure somebody else is collecting that money. But it was getting paid to the dead people.
Do we know that? Do we know that it was getting paid?
That's what the Social Security Administration's database is showing.
So they're marked as not dead. We know that much.
Right.
Do we know now? Do we know if a check's being cleared on these people? I think they're still looking into that.
Listen, I'll tell you this.
But the window for fraud,
because we're only in the phase of discovering where the money's at. We haven't got to the phase where we've discovered who's taking the money. We just know that it's being paid to fucking dead people. So we're not at the phase of who's getting the kickback on the dead people that the money's being paid to. But all I know is I don't know a motherfucker alive that's over like 120 years old. Not a person alive over 120. Yet in the Social Security database, there's fucking thousands receiving money over the age of 120. Thousands. Tens of thousands, as a matter of fact.
So, but we don't have evidence of this yet, right?
No, we just don't know where the money is. Who's cashing these checks? Not yet, but they're working on it. And
man, those checks aren't even being issued, bro. Like,
believe me, they're working on a lot of shit. And by the way, things are gonna get really fucking fun now.
Cash
with the FBI. Things are really gonna get fun now because everybody's in place. Everybody's in place. Meaning, whoever the fuck broke the law is going to fucking jail. That's what I mean.
We've assembled the Avengers. It's done.
Okay. All right. What else has Doug done recently that you can tell us, because we've had a
come on, Rick.
Listen, we've had a hell of a fucking time keeping up with Doug. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Doug's out
Doug
here
is
fucking running wild.
And Doug is fucking in every fucking department of the government, bro.
Which, by the way, before I let him continue, can we appreciate the fact that we have somehow mind-fucked a whole bunch of old people that have no idea what Doge is to correctly pronounce Doge when just an acronym that spells Doge?
I just want to take a pause here.
The Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah, I know, but Trump is even fucking pronouncing it Doge.
Which I just want to make sure that everyone understands that Elon owns a fucking motherload of Dogecoin. Okay, I just want everyone to be fully aware that Elon owns all the Dogecoin. That's it. I'm just leaving that out.
Okay, that's a coin, bro. What does that got to do? What does the coin have to do with the agency? Not a fucking thing.
There's more than meets the eye.
Trump owns a shitload of coins too. He's president. What does that have to do with anything?
What Charles said is pretty correct. There's more to that meets the eye, dude. Especially to a millennial. It's
by the way, the amount of people that are between ages 120 and 369 is 12,428,110.
That's how many people are over between the ages of 120 and 360?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? There's that many people alive in that age bracket?
Supposedly.
According to
the Social Security Department.
database.
Yeah, only according to the Social Security Department. Yeah. But realistically, how many people are alive between that age, Frankie?
Listen,
I mean, fucking Moses didn't live that long, I don't think.
Your fucking Call of Duty. You see, he's out. All right. I'm very interested in that because if we have a fucking vampire serum or U serum, I want to know.
Oh,
like,
boy.
I don't know how the fuck we're living to be 100, 300, 200, unless there is, we're turning people into vampires. And I mean, sign me up.
Yeah, right.
I've always wanted to be a vampire. And not one of those gay Twilight.
Fuck, you know what? If I'd have known that, I'd still be getting your grandmother's fucking Social Security check.
True. That's true.
Okay? I'd still be getting your great grandmother's Social Security checks. Okay? But nobody fucking
when
tells
I
us.
do it, it's fucking fraud. But when they do it,
Nobody tells us peasants all this information. Only the government can fuck you in the ass.
Pops, why were we giving Elmo to ISIS or to Iraq?
ISIS Elmo.
Why were we paying for ISIS Sesame Street?
I don't know. Why were we paying $20 billion or $20 million to Iraq for Sesame Street? I don't know. Beats the fuck out of me.
I hear Andy yelling through his mic.
I don't know why we were giving vasectomies to fucking people in Malaysia. I have no fucking idea. I don't know why fucking all those rubbers went to fucking Gaza. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
What happened to those rubbers in Gaza?
Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they had an AIDS. Maybe they had an AIDS epidemic. I don't fucking know.
I know. I can tell you what happened to those rubbers in Gaza. They got turned into bombs. Bombs and kites, which is weird. But yeah, that was the thing.
Oh, what I'm doing is sitting back, eating popcorn, and watching the show. That's all I can tell you.
You're not watching hockey? The fate of Canada depends on it.
Yeah, what? Hey, by the way, who's winning the fucking U.S.-Canada game tonight?
2-2.
2-2
right now.
Okay.
We're about to go into the final period for glory. All right. I guess we're gonna Doge for now, unless like something else comes up. Listen, Doge's done a lot. Doge's gone through a lot. They're creating a lot of havoc. They're pissing a lot of people off.
Good. Good. I'm glad they're pissing people off. It's amazing what fucking people get pissed off when you show them the fucking what the government's been doing with their money. I can't imagine them not being pissed off. But what's funny is, can anybody tell me what the Democrats stand for right now?
Equality, racism, trans people.
What do they stand for? Blue-haired Karens with fucking transsexual fucking operations.
Yeah, they're a fucking mess. But it's okay.
What do they stand for?
Any lessons from this? I am glad they've learned nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they also stand for government waste. They really love that shit.
Oh yeah, they must, because they're trying to kill the messenger.
Yeah.
That's the fucking comical. That's the comical part about all of this. The fucking party is not pissed off that they're finding all this waste. They're pissed off that they're getting busted for all this waste. Yeah, that doesn't scream I'm guilty.
I mean, if preemptive pardons didn't scream guilty, I don't know what does.
Yeah, exactly. Some judge made a decision on some of those pardons, like the preemptive pardons. that people didn't actually commit crimes.
It's really weird. You can't actually pardon someone without but he
Right.
did it anyway.
Right. And a judge made that decision the other day. So, like, a bunch of those people that didn't commit crimes that got pardoned, they ain't going to stand.
They're going to be looked into now.
Prison shift
means I would count on Shifts, fucking Liz Cheney, all those motherfuckers that didn't commit a crime that got pardoned. Fauci.
Oh, Fauci. Ooh.
Say goodnight to those people because they're gonna go to jail eventually.
They're going to be investigated and everything now.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll be investigated after they get walked into the fucking jail cell. Because isn't that what they did to January 6 people? Yeah, I think that's what they did to them. They didn't give them a chance. They arrested them first and then investigated. So I guess that pretty much turnaround is fair play.
Uno reverse, bitches.
So
set the precedent.
Let's talk about Gabbard, RFK, and Patel. The big three that got passed through.
Yeah, what about it? Oh shit! Wait a minute. Hold on.
All right, well, while you're doing that, I'm good. I'm gonna bring everybody up to speed. So
just like that little fucker in Ukraine. He's crying. He's crying now because they want to end the war. Why is he crying? Because they want to end the war.
Because the martial law will go away.
We haven't got to Ukraine yet, but I'm down to talk about it.
Why is that little fucker crying? Because nobody invited him to make a deal.
So talks between Putin and Trump regarding an end to the Ukraine-Russia war have begun. These initial talks have excluded Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, although both Putin and Trump had stated that he will eventually be included. Zelensky had criticized these recent initial talks being held without him. Putin, in his reassurance to include Ukraine in future talks, had made mention that the success of these talks hinged on resetting bilateral relations with Moscow and Washington, which had reached below zero under Biden's administration. Zelensky and Trump have gotten into a war of words publicly, with Zelensky warning that Trump is falling into a misinformation trap set by pathological liars that cannot be trusted and must be pressured for the sake of peace. While Trump, through Truth Social posts and a speech last night, called Zelensky a dictator without elections who needs to move fast or he won't have a country left. Trump also blames Zelensky for Russia's invasion in 2022, saying, "You've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal." Trump also wrote that Zelensky was a moderately successful comedian who had talked the United States into $350 billion to go into a war that could be won, that never had to start. He added that Zelensky refused to have elections and was very low in Ukrainian polls, and the only thing he was ever good at was playing Biden like a fiddle. Trump didn't waste the opportunity to take a more direct shot at Biden, saying, "In the meantime, we are successfully negotiating the end of the war in Russia or in Ukraine, something only Trump and the Trump administration can do. Biden never tried. Europe has failed to bring peace, and Zelensky probably wants to keep the gravy train growing." A day after Trump's public evisceration of Zelensky, Zelensky also had bashed Trump's proposal of a rare earth deal, saying that the demand of $500 billion in rare earths for previous U.S. aid is not a serious conversation. He stated that Washington has only sent a total of $98.5 billion in aid to Ukraine. So that's where we're at there.
Yeah, because he can't fucking he doesn't know where Zelensky doesn't know where $100 million or billion, whatever the fuck they were giving him. Doesn't know where half the money they gave him went. He doesn't know. He can't tell you. He doesn't know.
I find that whole thing a little okay. So we were talking about this earlier in the chat. Unfortunately, Brandon's not with us right now, but a lot of the sentiment on one side of the ball is that Trump is being a pussy. They're saying he's cucking out to Putin, that he's giving him everything he wanted, and that's not the American way. The American way is to rearm Ukraine and continue supporting Ukraine to fight Russia because we shouldn't want Russia to win anything. So that's the left side. Do you want to present the right side of this?
Yeah, the right side is we don't want to give fucking Ukraine any more motherfucking money. That's pretty much it. Because we've given them too much money already. And number two, Robert F. Kennedy came out the other day and said that in 2022, the Russians and the Ukrainians had an agreement to stop the war.
He's been saying that since he was running.
And Biden told Zelensky to keep fighting.
No, they sent Boris Johnson to fuck it up.
Do what now?
What ended up happening is the U.S. directly, but indirectly sent Boris Johnson to break up the Minsk Accords. Like, told Zelensky, you don't sign that shit, basically.
Well, that's not what Bobby Kennedy said.
Well, that is what Bobby Kennedy said since he started his campaign, like when he was running.
No. He just came out like 2 days ago and said this.
Okay, well, I mean, so this goes back, like he's been saying this since he started running in the presidential race. Like he had a couple town halls where he told all this shit, which I recommend to anybody to go back and watch, like one of his like first town halls. He went over this and he went over the whole vaccine fucking marketing strategy and he covered a bunch of fucking topics. I thought he was gonna get shot right there, for telling the truth. Like I thought it was over. But yeah, so Kennedy probably brought that up again, but he's been preaching to the choir that since like more than a year ago at this point.
Well, our theory is this, bro. Really, we ain't got shit. We ain't got a dog in that fight either way. We got an ocean between us and them. We don't need to be supplying them with weapons. They ain't no threat to us. Neither is Russia, for that matter. So why the fuck are we fucking continuing to throw away money on this fucking country? For what? For what? What are we getting out of it? We're not getting a fuck thing out of it.
The globalists want control, and this is part of the globalist endless war empire. This has been going on for decades, and we're finally putting an end to it.
What?
Alex Jones. All right. So my whole thing on it is Ukraine's kind of in an unwinnable position now. If they were in any winnable position, that is ended because it's pretty fucking clear to me that Trump is not willing to support Ukraine any longer.
No.
And if Ukraine loses that support, this is what I see happening because this is what's being discussed. Before this war of words that happened between Zelensky and Trump, Europe had been discussing mobilizing like 30 to 50,000 troops into Ukraine.
Insane.
I think Germany was a part of this, France and Britain, and I think the Netherlands, but I'm not sure about that. But the main three wanted to send troops. They were talking about sending troops to Ukraine to help with the war effort. I don't know if that's still gonna happen though.
So yeah, let's make a world war. Let's do it. Let's just fucking escalate a fucking.
Well, here's the thing. This was all being discussed before Trump and Zelensky got into it. Now, Trump has basically planted his flag where we don't even know that. it's a lot to converse because we had a whole thing.
Poker right now, by the way.
We had a whole thing in our chat, but one of two things happens here. In Ukraine's position now, if Trump is fucking supporting Russia in the affair of getting what Russia wants to end the war, and he's going about that, and he's no longer supporting Ukraine, those 30,000 troops, they might turn back around because why are we pissing off America, right? And this is clearly not what America wants. It also puts NATO in a crazy position.
Yeah, Trump's about to pull out of NATO too.
That you know, I mean, like I have a mixed bag feeling about that because it's like, are they America's allies or are they really in it for themselves the entire time? You got to first kind of like figure that out. And on the surface, like, wow, you broke up your European allies. You're going to be a dictator fucking country, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, it's like, has NATO been acting in the best interest of America, or at least in a way that symbiotically benefits America? Like, they could still be doing benefits for themselves, but as long as it helps everybody, that's fine. But if NATO's not helping, like if it's not benefiting America in any way, then you got to think about it like that way. Like, why are we involved in this?
Well, how are they benefiting America?
Yeah,
We're the ones fucking paying for the majority of.
We got to talk about what NATO is, though.
NATO is an alliance of fucking countries that was formed after the fucking Second World War. All right. But nobody's been paying that fucking fair share except for America. America pays the majority of the fucking money that goes into NATO. So how is it a benefit to us when we're fucking paying the whole tab? So we're paying to protect all these countries.
The good faith benefit that I can argue for us in NATO is that in a conflict with a European continent or even Russia for that matter, we want allies on that side of the hemisphere because we want to put military bases all
And by the way,
shit.
and by the way, let's not forget that in the Second World War, the reason we won the Second World War was because Russia was our fucking ally. They went into Germany first, and then we cleaned it up.
I understand that, but the NATO thing happened not just after World War II. It was more. Correct me if I'm wrong, Slender. It was more closer towards the Cold War. And
No.
NATO was
No, NATO was formed after the second fucking World
but
War.
it was in between those two. Like it was closer towards that. It didn't happen immediately after World War II. I think that I want to say a decade, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not confident.
And by the way,
1949.
And the war ended in 41 or 42. I might have that fucking, to be honest.
Well, so it originated as the Atlantic Charter. So NATO as it is was originally
Go ahead, Thunder.
December 7th, 1941 is actually the date that we got drug into that war when Japan fucking attacked Pearl Harbor.
So what was it, 43 or 44 that the war ended?
43, we're still going because there's in 1943 they had fucking metal or silver steel pennies. They were war pennies. So 1943 the war was still going.
The war ended in 45.
There you go.
The war ended in 45.
There you go.
It's really hard to type what you want me to. Okay, so it was a half a decade. It wasn't a whole decade. It was like 6 years after NATO was created, and it was the translate. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Slender. I thought that was like a little later than that. I thought fucking NATO happened in the mid 50s.
we weren't going to get into that war. Oh, and by the way, do you know? Because I just realized this last night, as a matter of fact. There's a Democratic president every fucking time we started a war. Always with a Democrat president.
Hell yeah.
And it's always been a Republican president that stopped the fucking wars. Did you know?
Start any of the conflicts in Iraq. Those were both Republican presidents.
Andy says that both conflicts in Iraq were Republican presidents, which was
those are not. Those are like small wars. I'm talking about
the Iraq War was a war.
It was a
we're really splitting hairs here now. Yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all to y'all echo chamber. I'm just gonna stream some fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, the Iraq War was a war, though.
We're literally disagreeing with each other, and this guy says echo chamber. How fucking retarded is he?
The Iraq War was the
because he can't stand intellectual discussions. We've already seen this previously with him.
Anytime the IQ goes above room temperature, he fucking freaks out and leaves.
Yeah, that's Andy for you.
His whole thing is shouting. If he can't shout the loudest and be right with his shouting, he doesn't want to be a part of it.
Oh well.
How did he call that an echo chamber? We were literally disagreeing with each other. That makes no fucking sense. It's wild. I can't. Whatever.
It's whatever. So okay, going back to what I was saying. Listen, I don't think that I like being in NATO. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like being in NATO. I don't think that.
I don't know, brother. NATO doesn't affect my day-to-day life. Maybe I just don't know it, but like I don't give a fuck.
It's more the security of knowing that if we go into a fucking conflict with a country on that side of the world, we're gonna have backup.
Dude,
NATO also provides NATO
I'm starting to see
fucking counterterrorism operations in the Middle East. Like they provide, like NATO has a lot of good purpose. Granted, I agree with Pops and the Republicans on we do end up paying fucking more than every other country. We also have more money than every other country, but we fucking do pay more than every other country to NATO. But we also benefit a lot more frequently with NATO because NATO is involved in our Middle Eastern conflict.
Slender, that's fucked up. How do you have that? Why do you have that?
Why not?
That's fucking Full Metal Alchemist talking girl.
Yep. I tried to collect memes and save them, and I put them on this
I
slideshow.
see that. I see that. I'm looking at your slideshow.
Anyway, so yeah, that would be my thing with NATO is that I liked having the security of a set of allies.
You don't have to be in a NATO organization to have allies, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was also gonna be. That's what I was also gonna bring up. Like, you think if we leave NATO, all of a sudden these people are not gonna help us? Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's not that I think that, but it does make it's an aggressive move.
NATO's starting to get stupid, Rick. I mean, it's like you got these fucking Middle East countries like fucking Iran and Iraq, whatever the fuck.
Shit.
That come in and start talking shit about the other country and this and that. Fucking, like, please, bro.
But is Iraq and Iran in NATO too?
I fucking know.
Who's in NATO? I don't feel like Iraq and Iran's in NATO.
Turkey, Egypt. I don't fucking know exactly.
No. Iran is not in NATO. It's none of those. Turkey is in NATO.
Turkey, Egypt.
No, Egypt is not in NATO. Albania, Belgium, Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, Czechia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Montenegro, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States. The only even close to those countries that you were just mentioning as Turkey. None of these other guys.
Okay, so then if nobody from the Middle East is in NATO, what's the point? What do we? What is a political advantage?
When we operate in the Middle East, it's not a fully American operation. NATO provides manpower to operations that we have in the Middle East. NATO helped us with uh, the Iraq War.
If NATO would just put more Dairy Queens and Taco Bells in Iraq, we'd have less terrorism. That's it. Like, that's
Did we really need NATO's help for the Iraq War? Really? Do we really
It
need it?
significantly helped us.
How?
Because NATO led operations were the big ones. Those were the ones that in the initial invasion phase, those were the first guys going in. On top of the American military, the American Marines
This
that
all
invaded.
sounds like a bunch of bureaucratic fucks getting soldiers killed for no reason.
NATO provides extra manpower that is needed in these operations, so
It's
that we're
complicated
not
over because of the
sending
oil.
just Americans into these conflicts.
No.
There is a point to NATO. We can argue on how effective NATO has been for us, but there is a point to NATO, and we have benefit from it. It's just we also, I agree, we pay a lot to it. We do pay a lot to it.
I would have got to it.
It's also, from what I understand, it's pretty fucking difficult to even get into fucking NATO.
Well, you can bet your ass Zelensky ain't getting in there.
No, I think that's pretty much fucking dead now.
Well,
but I don't like that's truly my opinion on fucking NATO. Like I'm with Charles on it. It's a mixed bag. I feel like it's not a fair deal. We're definitely putting the most to it, but we do depend on it. All right, so with that being said, like to go back to the previous point that I was talking about with 22, because we were having this discussion in the chat. Right now in 2020 or in 2025, February 20th, my perspective of Ukraine, my prognosis is no bueno. Fucked. Pretty fucked. If you don't have American backing and fucking you're hoping and praying on 30,000 troops from Europe
starting a war.
Even if you get those 30,000 troops from Europe, and that's not guaranteed anymore because America's not backing it. Even if you get those 30, you're gonna run out of ammo. And the thing with Russia is, and we all know this because it's been Russia's MO from inception with them. They've got enough people to throw at you to overwhelm you. And you're gonna run out of ammo, killing all of these fucking Russians, and then there's gonna be another fucking wave that kills you. Like, because that's their strength. That's what they do. They have conscription. They'll throw the whole country at you, and you're gonna run out. My prognosis with Ukraine is bad without American help, without the American guns, without the American fucking money. That war effort is fucking toast, dude.
Pretty much.
And without the oil.
So it's like today, if you want any positive outcome to Ukraine, you would hope that Zelensky understands what time it is, because otherwise, Ukraine could look like Gaza. I mean, it already kind of does, but it could look a lot worse. And fucking, they're not gonna win that war. Not with Trump making the decisions that he's.
They weren't going to win that war, period. The only reason they even stayed in the war is because we were funneling fucking weapons to them and money. Once that shit stops, it's over. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
Never should have fucking got into the war in the first place. I believe the only reason they got into the fucking war is to cover up all the corruption that was going on there from our government.
Well, didn't they oust the fucking previous Ukrainian leader? And it was basically, now we know that it's like American funding coup to get him out of there and install Zelensky. Like, this goes way back. This goes like over 10 years back.
You
This
hear
is
that?
in the works for a while.
Say that again.
Okay, so I could be correct, and that's why I love having Sir Slender here, but it is my understanding that with the previous leader of Ukraine, they had better relations with Russia, and the US didn't like that, so they helped, as they always do through CIA and other means, to get that fucking guy out and to get Zelensky, quote unquote, elected with democracy and shit. And now he's been there and he won't leave, and we have a war.
I couldn't tell you for sure, but that actually does sound right because I do remember Russia and Ukraine being more friendly in the past.
You know why Zelensky won't have an election? Because he won't win an election.
Oh no, he definitely not. He fucking got him in a war.
Who's talking?
So instead,
talking
now he's
right
got
now?
martial law and no election, and he refuses to stop the war. The minute the war stops and they
Hello?
have an election, Zelensky is gone.
And I love how we forgot about the whole like Nazis in Ukraine shit. Like that disappeared real fucking quick, you know?
And what the funny thing about that was, it was the same left that was bringing that up.
And this is to Andy and the other leftists. For all you people that are always screaming Nazis, y'all literally supporting the country that has the Nazis in them. Y'all fucking retarded. Like,
Can
we
you
have
hear me?
video and picture evidence, non-AI, of fucking Nazi support and
So now Elon's a Nazi now too.
Elon's a Nazi, but not.
And it's actually funny. They use the what the neo-Nazis do, which is still different than what Elon did if you go and pay closer attention. So you know the actual salute, they changed it because of Germany law and everything, so that they started hitting their chest first, but they stare straight out as purpose, like with purpose when they do it.
But they're not calling him a Nazi because of that salute that day or that thing that he did.
Oh, some people are.
Yeah, well, but they're calling him a Nazi now because he's going through the government and finding fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, of course.
He is now the new
one of his many Nazi activities.
Right. It's just people are saying, "Oh, the salute is just definitive dog whistle type of thing," but it's like, well, no, he's not even at a 45-degree angle and everything. I mean, it's very specific. The salute is very specific.
He's also autistic as fuck. Like, does no one even like half realize that for half a second? Like, he's gonna do goofy shit. It doesn't always make sense. This is why he's computer fucking rocket genius for a reason. Like, that man is weaponized autism. Like, come on, people. Like, for half a second, please, let's get real here.
Can you hear me?
He's the trained autistic, guys. We know about this. This is existing science.
Yes, Cody.
All right, good.
Some people have sports autism. They know all the sports shit. Like, come on, guys. He's gonna.
Yeah, I have sports autism.
No, Cody, you just have autism.
Hey. Don't hate.
I'm not hating, I'm correcting. It's different.
You're hating. You're hating.
Okay, so yeah, that's my whole thing about it. That would be my whole thing on fucking Ukraine.
Yeah.
Where
They
do
are
I-
diminishing the Nazis and all. They're diminishing my great grandfather. I mean, the no. Um,
I love you,
like,
Cody.
like, okay, they're dead. Like the real Nazis, they're dead. Like they're all dead, pretty much.
No shit.
Okay, so Slender, did you want to add anything to Ukraine before we move on? Yay,
Nope.
nay? No. Okay. Um, where are we at here? Oh yeah, dude. Today was a great day, by the way, for that. On top of the Cash Patel confirmation, we got news that Mitch McConnell
Yeah. Bye bye, Mitch.
is not going to be seeking re-election in 2026 because he's retiring.
See ya, turtle.
Yeah, make the country great again. Fuck them all to death.
The senator was facing health issues, including multiple falls and episodes where he appeared to freeze during press conferences. McConnell has been in the Senate since 1984 and plans to complete his term, which ends in January 2027. His departure will create an open Senate seat in Kentucky and likely lead to a competitive GOP primary. McConnell has had a complicated relationship with Donald Trump, voting against several of his cabinet picks recently. McConnell criticized Donald Trump as a despicable human being and continues to support military aid for Ukraine against Russian aggression. Oh
If he
yeah,
doesn't-
that was the other thing I wanted to bring up on the whole Ukraine Russia thing.
Bro, McConnell's just a fucking deep state fucking turtle from the ancient times. Of course, they're gonna go against everything Trump does. Like it's not whether Republican or fucking. Again, this is why I hate the fucking term rhino. This is who Republicans are. This is their fundamental fucking core. They've always been fucking war pigs. It just so happens the fucking Democrats became war pigs too. Like they are the pure Republicans. They are not just Republican in name only. They are the Republicans. Mitch McConnell is the iconic definition of your traditional fucking OG Republican.
Oh yeah.
McConnell's not the only one that's going to be gone.
Some fucking OG Republicans are on the like getting hunted right now, like which is great.
Lindsey Graham's on his way out. Lisa McCarthy's on her way out.
All these fucking state fucking.
Susan Collins is on her way the fuck out. A lot of these motherfuckers aren't even going to seek re-election because they're definitely on their way out. The party's changed. The party has no room for that fucking old school Republican anymore. And, you know, they seem to fucking like always want to side with the Democrat. So the party's going to change a lot more in the next couple of years.
And the Democrats better figure their shit out. I don't think they will. Honestly, I don't think.
I really don't think they're going to. I think they're a fucking party that's pretty much just hanging on life support. They got no leaders. They got no. I mean, they're thinking of running fucking Kamala Harris and AOC.
Bro, insane. Please do. Please, you cannot think of a more insufferable combo. Like I fucking Jimmy Vance fucking 600. I don't even know if that's that many. 600 electoral votes to 0. Well, no, he'll lose Cali in New York, but
they told Mike Johnson that today.
Run AOC and fucking somebody else, dude. No,
AOC's a fucking shit. She's also
either way.
AOC is fucking retarded, but it's a step in a better direction.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Monkey.
This is my argument with that.
Put down the bomb.
AOC is not an establishment Democrat. She gets into fights.
She has become one. Yes, Monkey. She was not. She got lost in her own sauce. She is the most establishment cuckress that there fucking is on this planet.
She was trained. She was trained by an organization that was funded by USAID.
Yeah, exactly. She was.
She should open up a bar.
You guys think that a far left fucking Democrat's going to win anything ever again?
I'm not saying she's going to win it. Hear me out here. AOC, but a lot of Democrats getting into the fucking party, okay? And then, yes, she had to fucking tone her shit down to win any fucking thing. But if these fucks start leaving, AOC is going to go right back to the bitch that she was when she first entered the fucking party. She's only playing these games now because Schumer, Pelosi, and fucking shit run the party. As soon as them fucking three are gone, she's going to go back to her bullshit. And honestly, that bullshit won't win any elections, but it is a step for the Democratic Party out of the direction of where they are now in that Pelosi sphere. I don't give a fuck how they get out. I don't give a fuck how they get out of the Pelosi sphere. They just need to get the fuck out of it.
Just a little.
Bro, you're more retarded than me right now.
You shut the fuck up. I don't care how the fucking Dems get out of the Pelosi fucking sphere, but they gotta get out of it. I'd rather them fucking run AOC 1,000 fucking times until they figure out fucking somebody that can actually win an election. But
and you know what? So
Kamala
does the
next to
Republican
them,
Party.
if Kamala fucking runs next to them, I'll lose all fucking respect for AOC. 100%.
Listen, just like you would want her to run, I would love to see her run because she's going to lose her ass.
I'm not saying she's going to, I don't think she wins any elections, AOC. But just to see the Democrats.
I think AOC should open up a bar.
Monkey, the best thing the Democrats can do is, and I don't know if this guy exists, but find a normal fucking white guy to represent their fucking party.
It's not even
normal joke.
So,
You're so close.
They don't have any Bill Clinton.
You're so close.
So,
He'll
Monkey,
get assassinated,
you know
bro,
that
like JFK.
I'm muting you, Cody. They need a populist.
Yeah, well,
AOC is not a good choice.
They need a. I'm not saying AOC is this person. It's just a step in that direction.
Well, Bernie was the best choice, and he became an establishment cuck. Like,
Why
sorry
did
they came into the juice. Like, that's
why
it.
did that happen?
Why
did that happen?
Because Bernie did not have big balls.
Because
That's
he
why
started
that
getting
happened
money. He started making a lot more money.
by shutting the fuck up.
Because he got fucked.
No. Trump got fucked. He got shot at and fucked, and he still said, "Fuck you." I'm gonna do what I do. Bernie, his tail.
Bernie's decrepit
backstabbers.
Bernie's decrepit ass had one shot in 2016, and that was the only shot. And he got fucked out of that shot.
What has
So okay, so hold on. So he got fucked out of that shot. Hold on, he got fucked out of this shot. So then why slide into the complying with everyone else still instead of just retiring gracefully?
I'm Bernie Sanders at 85 years old that could die fucking tomorrow, and I already got fucked. I'm getting paid. Yes, I'm getting paid. I'm selling out.
Well, then you never truly stood for what you spoke about.
Thank you. That's exactly.
5 years anyway.
And everything was just an act.
So
Your
yeah.
So
there you go. So
yes, at that point, take it. At that point, take it. Because when he was being genuine,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You wanted
remember, Monkey.
Exactly
remember, Monkey. Public perception. Whether or not this is how he thought of it. Whether or not that he was being true beforehand. Sliding into that shows to everybody that he was never truly about those values that he preached.
Bernie was a democratic socialist, and we would have ended up looking like Venezuela.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think so. But
that's not.
She has a lot of.
Why are you being racist?
That's fucking retarded and ignorant. Bernie was a fucking great candidate.
He had a lot of good.
He was a great candidate in 2016.
You want me to tell you the truth?
That party did not want that candidate. That candidate could have been named Joe Schmo, 55 years old with a full head of hair. They didn't want that candidate. Until they want that candidate, they're not going to win another fucking election.
But now there's no one left to be that candidate right now.
Yeah, so the Democrats are down so bad that they can't even do their little installment play that they've been doing because they're out of installments. They got nobody. So it's up to somebody within the Democrat Party to rise up and not be like a
I
cuckless.
want the Democratic Party to change. I do. I
And
want them to change.
I
the
think
only one
most
way
of
to
us
survive,
do.
I don't see it happening because everyone in that anyone who supports their so anyone that feels a connection to the Democrat Party right now at this point in 2025,
He's
I
retarded.
personally feel you're fundamentally flawed because of how flawed they are. Like you still can't throw them a bone, and they're past the point where you throw them a bone, and I think there's a redeeming quality. Like at this point, maybe you don't like Trump. Maybe you're okay. I'm still considering myself a moderate liberal. I'm now an independent, but like to still run for the Democrats and support the Democratic Party as like now the way it is, like to label yourself with the Democratic Party
The
is
Democratic Party would need to be entirely rebuilt the way the Republican Party was basically rebuilt, how Trump did it, or a new party needs to rise up.
And honestly, Trump doesn't feel like he even like built it. I feel like he just took it over with his vision. Like this is what I want. This is what I'm doing. Like get in or get out.
They need a MAGA. They need a MAGA movement in the Democratic Party. That's what they need. They need a fucking whole overhaul.
Hold on, I'm gonna get my black friend.
You guys are gonna laugh when I tell you this, but the sanest one in that fucking party right now is fucking Fetterman.
I was about to say it was Fetterman.
I'm not even gonna argue this.
Fetterman, I will agree with that. Actually, I'm not going to laugh about that or anything because Fetterman, he knows what he's doing. He is playing both sides just enough where he's not being scrutinized by either to a major degree.
He still leans left on a lot of things, but like
his politics, he's very left, but he knows how to play both sides, how to talk to both sides.
Best one they got. The best one they got.
USA Canada heading to overtime, boys. Just in case you haven't been filled in.
I see that. We're in overtime in the fucking.
Like Fetterman's one, I could say he almost fooled me at one point when I first heard about him.
Fetterman, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't mind him running either, but I don't think he's ready for that. He's a little young.
No, he looks a little slow, which people are gonna judge.
Which to be fair to fucking Fetterman, AOC is fucking young as shit too. So I don't know if those are good.
But AOC was boosted.
Again, dude, like when it comes to the Democratic Party, and I know on this podcast in the last 4 or 5 episodes, I do have right-leaning arguments, so I want to clarify this. I'm not MAGA Republican. I'm not Republican. I'm not a right-leaner. I just in this fucking 4 years.
Shame to you.
In this fucking 4 years, dude, it was either that or choose fucking opposite world, which made no sense to me. So I didn't make a fucking choice between Republican and Democrat. I made a choice between like sanity and insanity.
That's literally Trump's platform. Let's use some fucking sense.
And you chose the insane clown posse.
So my whole thing with the Democratic Party is what I would want to see from them in the next, and I'm not going to see it in the next 4 years. It doesn't look like. But what I would have wanted to see from the Democratic Party in response to getting their asses absolutely fucking slaughtered in an election, like in the way they did, I would have wanted them to fucking find the next Bernie Sanders and push him, or
Let
fucking,
me ask you this:
take Fetterman and push him. That's
let me ask you this: what are you gonna say if in 4 years the country looks totally fucking different than what it has, and it's actually running efficient?
If Trump pulls this off and everything's running great in 4 years, or even 2 years, the Democrats are the stain on the fucking because again, if everything is running in 2 years the way they're envisioning it, that means that all the corruption he was talking about was true, right? Like we can agree with that. Yeah. So like the stain that puts on that party is a nuke. Like I don't think they ever recover. Like I think Vance wins, if he wants to win, Vance win because Vance is a millennial, believe it or not. So millennial president, young, 8 years of that. You know, if he runs that shit, like you're looking at Democrat not seeing a Democrat president until 12, at least 12 years from now. That's fucking insane. That party has over a decade to get their shit. They're gonna have a decade to get their shit together.
I'm gonna quote my favorite YouTube political streamer right now, Shoe on Head. The beatings are going to continue until the populism improves.
Oh shit!
Shoe on Head is
The
still a
beatings
great.
are
She
going
is
to
amazing.
continue. And bro, if there ain't anything that woman said that wasn't true, that shit was true. The Dems are not gonna win until they find their Donald Trump. They're not gonna win until they find their next Bernie Sanders. They're not gonna win shit until they get rid of Pelosi and the Schumers and the fucking shit.
Well, they're gonna die
Those
soon
guys
anyway.
have gotta go. And the next fucking person they put on a pedestal has got to be speaking.
Don't you know Nancy Pelosi's that lady that's a 360-year-old collecting the Social Security?
Yeah, dude. Like, bro, these guys, we have become so okay in this country with the corruption that we're actually making apps based on the illegal trades that these fucks are making.
That is true. That's fucking crazy. We have a fucking tracker for Pelosi to make money. And the portfolio was up like 70% last year. Like, if you followed her trades, and mind you, just for the viewers, the way Congress discloses their trades, there is a certain up to 45-day delay from the time they make their transactions to the time it's publicly reported. Even with that delay, if you had bought as Pelosi did, just follow her, you would have made 70% return on your fucking investment.
That's insanity.
The comical part about that fucking party is that they've been corrupt for a long time, and their shiny president back in the fucking day, Kennedy, was actually going to expose some of this fucking corruption, and that's why they fucking killed his ass.
There are corrupt ones on both sides, but there are a lot more on the Democrat side, especially right now.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify when we're saying like they, the Democrats. I also like to clarify and kind of fill in, so like, you know, I'm bipartisan here. The Republicans were in on it too. Like the Mitch McConnell.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
All in on it. They were the same shit.
I totally agree with you. I think that the corruption in Washington has been on both sides for a very, very, very long time. But
I want to say since Kennedy. Since Kennedy feels like it was the last president that had the same cojones as Trump, and those cojones got him killed. It almost got Trump killed. There's a pattern here. You know, like anytime somebody stands up to Washington, oopsie doopsie.
People want to talk about, pay attention to history.
That's why I'm telling you guys that since he didn't get killed, okay, and since this is going on inside the government now and they are cleaning up this corruption, that what are you guys going to say in 4 years when it's a totally different fucking country without the corruption?
They're fucking cooked, dude. There's nothing they can do. You have to basically start a new Democrat Party where you have new candidates that say. So the way you fix the Democrat Party is through transparency, right? So like at this point, let's say they do clean everything up. You need a Democrat Party candidate that openly is anti-Democrat traditional like values, like, and not in the sense of like what they believe in, but so like the system. Like you got to be the Democrat candidate that says like, look. Our party fucked up. They did X, Y, and Z, and
you gotta basically
I'm running as a Democrat to fix this party because
you gotta basically repeat Donald Trump's campaign. You have to repeat Donald Trump's campaign. That's how you.
And basically, Trump run as a Republican, but he never really said Republican traditional things. Like he
literally ran on tearing that party apart.
Yeah, but literally that was Trump's like, hey, the Republicans suck. I'm gonna fix it.
And the truest thing, the Democrats needed Donald Trump. They need a guy with the Donald Trump run. That goes
Listen,
in, basically says, I'm running Democrat just because I'm running Democrat, but I'm not a Democrat, and these fuckers are gonna go.
the country is really a centrist country. This isn't a left or right country. I mean, it's slightly right, but not total. It's not a right or left country. This is pretty much a centrist country, and it should be run like a centrist country. What's happening in and it's gonna happen over there too. What's happening in Europe is all these fucking people are so far to the left now. Now Europe's revolting.
Yep.
The people are revolting. The same thing that happened in fucking Argentina. This guy Malay comes in, cleans out the corruption, all the bullshit that they were spending money on, and they were bankrupt. And now the country's doing good because they cleaned out the corruption in the government.
Malay
The
is
corruption is
amazing.
on both sides of the aisle. The corruption isn't fucking left or right. It's on both sides of the aisle. Once you clean up the corruption, then you can have fair elections in a fair country again.
I don't.
Yeah, I think the Democrats fucked themselves for at least a decade. I don't think we'll be seeing.
I don't see how they quick fix that, bro.
And again, this is under the assumption that all this shit really is like comes to fruit and yields results. You can say you're cutting XYZ, but if we're still following the same trend, like we didn't get anything done. This is only if the trend gets reversed, right? Like and prices fucking even come down. We really need them to come down, which I don't think in the history, at least of my like adulthood, I've seen anything ever go significantly down in price.
The reason the government got so corrupt is they have no tracking system of where nothing goes. They have no tracking system to tell them who's getting what money. There's no tracking system. These guys are finding that.
So
there's no system in place that tracks where any fucking thing is going.
Well, the thing is that they purposely are vague about their transactions because that's how you open up the window for fucking fraud. Like, if you're vague about everything and everything just doesn't fucking quite... Because if you're very specific with your notes and say this is going to this person under this name on this date with this amount, a transaction number, like whatever, if all those fields and tables are all filled out properly, timestamps, date, whatever, to this bank, then fraud's a lot harder when everything's accounted for. But if everything's fucking vague, missing fields and fucking records that aren't accurate, then
but the vague part is what starts the corruption.
Yep.
The fact of the matter is everything should be tracked and everything should be transparent. Everybody, listen. This is the country's fucking motto is we the fucking people, right? So if we the fucking people are the ones electing these motherfuckers, we the fucking people need to know what the fuck they're doing. If we the fucking people don't know what the fuck they're doing, then we ain't really mattering about nothing. The elections are fixed, the fucking payments are fixed, everything's fucking fixed, and the only ones making themselves rich are the motherfuckers in the government. And they want to fucking cry about, a billionaire and this and a billionaire and that. They're fucking billionaires too.
They got Soros. I hate that argument because it's like y'all have Soros. Like, shut the fuck up. Like,
my whole thing.
Billionaires on both sides, bro. There's billionaires with interests that are shared by people like me, and there's billionaires that share interests like people like you. They are still people. I get they're fucking super mega rich, but they're allowed to have their fucking biases and opinions too. And because they have the capital, they support who they want. Now, just because Elon Musk, he got just as much capital.
Technology that we have. Listen, with the technology that we have today, we can fucking actually implement a system that tracks everything. There's no reason not to.
That's where the Bitcoin comes.
We have the technology. We have the capabilities. We need to set that up.
Oh my God, that's where the Dogecoin comes in, guys. We're going to track everything with Doge. See, I figured it out in this program right here. I'm going to go buy some Doge right now. That's it. That's the fucking end game. We're going to fucking record our transactions on the Doge blockchain. That's it.
The Doge cryptocurrency coin, bro, is that what you guys are talking about?
Yes.
Okay, what does that have to do with this?
Listen, man.
if Doge is a success and there's so much,
you guys tell me, you know what, Elon would have more to gain from NASA than the Dogecoin. Suppose Trump decides to put him in fucking charge of the rocket program of NASA.
Dude, can you?
Then he would have a conflict of interest.
Can you tell him about your escapades with Trump coin?
oh, bro, no, come on, man. I bought that shit like a parlay, bro. I knew that shit was fucking. That shit got added to Robinhood, and I immediately bought it because Robinhood added Trump coin when it was like $70, and I got it at like 60 something bucks, and I'm like, this is definitely like whatever parlay money, right? Let me see what that shit is now. I think it's like $17. It is $16.64, bro. That shit's building a parlay. I knew that shit was gonna.
The difference here, I'll say, when it comes to Elon, is Elon truly does care about Dogecoin. He's been supporting and advertising it since a long time.
Yeah,
I'm aware of Dogecoin. I've been on it. I know all about it. All right.
So even though he holds like probably the most, he's not going to like rug pull with it.
Well, the theory is, Pops, with the more that Doge, the government agency, gets mentioned and gets, the more they do, right?
What, it becomes popular?
Yes.
Okay,
and that's
so what?
and that's how meme coins truly work. They work on clout, right?
Okay. So we should all invest in the Dogecoin.
Well, this is what Charles is telling you.
No, so here's
Charles
the difference.
is saying
Doge
that
isn't.
fucking Elon owns most of the Dogecoin right now.
But he's not the owner of Doge. He's not the creator of Dogecoin. He's not the creator of the blockchain or anything like that. And so here's the thing. The Trump coin, the Melania coin, all those are specifically made as meme coins. Like in a specific way, like through pump.fun. Like that website is filled with a bunch of meme coins very similar to that. And you can probably tell from the name of the website, pump.fun. It is literally there for pumping coins. Doge is not a part of that. Doge initially was just a coin that people just gave out for free. It was just there as a learning coin. It eventually got to a point where it gained value, but it's still just a meme coin. It's never going to, unless it gains utility, it'll never really get, because of how wide of a pool it is and everything, it doesn't have a cap like these other meme coins did or anything. It'll never increase to such an inflated value.
So it doesn't. So it's not. Basically, you can't get fucking rugged in the same way you would get rugged by like Logan Paul or something.
Until they make actual utility that you can spend Dogecoin on or something, like use it for. No.
Speaking of Logan Paul, is he really banned from Egypt?
Some kind of regulations on this shit, right?
Say again?
At some point, they are going to have regulations on cryptocurrency.
That's what I'm hoping for, because...
No, you can count on it because he's already fucking mentioned it.
Good,
at some point...
let me tell you, the meme coin thing, that shit's life-ruining. That shit,
well, here's the thing. The meme coin, the rug pulls and stuff, they're still not legal. So people are being investigated and everything for them. Like, look what's happening with the Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah, and Logan Paul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
well, hold on, what's going on with the Hawk Tuah girl?
Oh, he did a meme coin also and fucking rug pulled, and then tried to do it twice.
These things are happening too easily. Like fucking Boogie was able to pull people. Boogie.
Yeah, that was.
I don't. Okay, I know that my pops doesn't know who Boogie is. Slender knows who Boogie is. Okay. That motherfucker was able to rug pull people. It's too easy to rug pull people. Like, I understand that it's illegal and there's being investigations being made, but it's too easy currently, and there's a whole fucking racket behind it. Listen, we got this mutual friend that wanted us really badly to trade meme coins, like really badly. Like, dude, this will change your life. You'll get rich real quick. Really badly want me to trade meme coins, and I didn't know jack shit about it. And the more I kept learning, the more I did not like the fucking idea of doing it, because it was like,
Nope.
yeah, you could get rich if you fucking are fast enough.
That's how I looked at it too.
9 out of 10, you're probably gonna get fucked for a lot of money because you ain't fast enough, you know. So it it's it's too the way that it's easy, and then there's a whole system, and then there's a whole market for it, and then there's people that are acting like these, like, do you remember back when we were kids, the moms that would sell those fucking drinks to all their mom friends that also sold those drinks? It was a big scam. It feels like that, but our dads.
Or the
Now it's
makeup
our
ones, all those MLM marketing scams. Yeah.
It's really no different than gambling. It's still gambling.
Yes, but it's gambling with the worst stakes, and the gamblers aren't understanding. When you gamble with like Hard Rock Sports Bet, you put $10 in, you can lose up to that $10. If you put $10 into like the meme coin market and then look away and then look back, you could be fucking like down 30,000 million fucking dollars.
That's only like if you call options or whatever. Like if you really fucking,
you don't have it, how do they collect?
If you're a degenerate, then yeah, you could.
Well, no, you won't lose. You won't go from $10 to lose more. So if you put whatever money you put in, you're just going to outright lose in the meme market base for the most part. You're not going to lose more than you put in.
You don't have. Okay, so like if you put $10 into a coin and that coin depreciates below $10, how the fuck do they collect? What, they fucking ruin your credit? Okay, well, guess what? Fucking hospital bills have ruined credits. Fucking all kinds of shit. Credit cards ruin credits. So
Well, no. So crypto doesn't go on your credit at all. It's not a collection. No matter what, you'll still have that amount of cryptocurrency, but it'll just be worth less and less. It'll just keep being worth more of a fraction of a penny and less and less and less.
Okay.
So like points and points and points.
Yeah,
Right.
you don't.
But you'll never lose money. It'll just eventually go down to even less than zero. Like,
See, this was the misconception that I was having.
it's not like stocks. Stocks, you can go negative.
That's how I was understanding it. I was understanding it the same way as the stock market.
Google it,
Stock market,
Percy.
if you go into options and shit like that, yeah, you could lose more than what you went into, but
No, in general, it depends on, because certain stocks will have fees and things like that, or some will really lose money that you have to pay back to get rid of the stock, kind of deal.
But even that, this is what I mean. What the average crypto meme coin trader doesn't really know what the fuck they're doing. Okay, when you go into like Hard Rock Bet or a casino, you kind of have an idea of what the fuck you're doing. You know where your money's going.
Some people do. Some people do. Some people don't.
Most people know how to pull a slot and understand the function. You know what I'm saying? Like most people, when they put in a sports bet, they're familiar with the sport they're betting on. Now, there's some degenerates out there. There's some degenerates out there that bet on table tennis and shit. All right, I can't speak for these people.
I don't do
like,
that.
Normal,
I just bet on regular sports without knowing sports.
Yeah, normal betting, sports bet, like 90% of the sports betting field, they know the sports they're betting on. When you walk into a fucking casino and you sit down at a card table, 10-1, you know how to play the game. When you sit in front of a slot, you know how to pull the lever. You know what might happen, right? When you go into the fucking meme coin market, you probably don't know what the fuck you're doing. And it's
yeah, but Karen with the blue hair and the fucking cats that are betting on their fucking phone with Hard Rock on fucking teams that they don't fucking really know what the fuck.
They're tailing their man's bets. Come on, man. Claudio wanted to tail my bets. she see me fucking betting dollar bets and making $20.
But Karen with the blue hair and the cats don't have a fucking husband. They're just fucking betting blindly.
That's not. I mean, you know what? That's almost not even true too, because they got fucking.
We just lost to Canada, guys.
No.
What?
No.
God damn Canadians.
Fucking
Damn, they get to keep their country.
Damn, they get to keep
Damn Canadians.
country.
Well, that's why we lost.
Congratulations,
they were fighting for their country.
Canada. Congratulations. You beat us in a sport we care about only mildly.
Our 8th favorite sport.
Our 8th favorite sport, yeah.
Oh, shit.
My first favorite.
Yeah, for someone who likes hockey very mildly, you know, you sure dress the part. You know, Panthers hat, shirt.
Shut up! That's your. Hey, that's respect your champs, okay? Respect your fucking champion.
Let's respect the championships, bro.
Actually, wait, it's not my first favorite because esports is my first.
Guys,
yeah, you know, put a chick in it and make it gay. Yeah,
you
that's
getting to Gitmo
right.
tonight. One way.
They get to keep their maple syrup.
The only thing that sucks about that is we can't make fun of them.
Yeah, we can't make fun of them. God damn it.
No, we can totally still make fun of Canada.
Yeah,
we just can't make fun of their hockey team. Their hockey team has shown that their hockey team is better than our hockey team.
Well, we can make at least fun of them in the end.
They still can't run these hands like us though, so fuck them.
Exactly.
Where's the Stanley Cup at?
We still got the Tkachuk brothers, okay? That was a fucking cool. That was a good fucking goal from McDavid.
And they're still the head of our country.
McDavid got the last shot in.
Yeah, fuck that guy, bro.
That was a really fucking nice goal, dude.
Yeah, there was nothing you can do about that. That was a good shot.
Yeah, he had that goalie all fucked. Yeah. Like that. Damn, look at these guys. Fuck.
They're like, fuck. Trump told us to fucking win so he could buy Canada. We fucked up.
It's all good. It's whatever.
Okay. We'll get you next time, Canadians.
You had to use 2 Florida Panthers to do it, though. Just saying. And the good ones, too. Reinhardt, Sam Bennett. I mean, fucking... It's a good thing to Chuck that decided he didn't want to be Canadian, because then fucking America probably wouldn't have had a shot.
Yeah, you guys know you're going to Gitmo. That's why they're so sad.
Yeah, man, the Americans are really taking that shit hard, too. Look at them. Fuck.
Look at that face. Look at
Yeah.
I love it. You know what? Not to turn this into a sports podcast, but this is how fucking all-star games should be and look and feel.
Which American team did they go against?
It looks like they just won a Stanley Cup, bro. Look at them.
What is it an Olympic fucking thing?
No,
or
it's
what?
this is the NHL's All-Star game.
Oh, okay.
Is this their All-Star
They
game?
turned it into
Wait, this whole time this was just the All-Star game?
This is the NHL's All-Star
Bro, this put fucking every other All-Star game to shame. I thought the fucking fate of the world was on this fucking hockey game.
What the NHL did for this year was they made their All-Star game a 4-team tournament. And then they separated all of their players into Finnish, I think it was Finland, Scotland, so Finnish, Scottish, Canadian, Swedish. You're right, Swedish, Finnish, Swedish, Canadian, and American. And then these 4 teams had a little tournament, and this is their All-Star game.
Dude, props to the NHL, bro. Fucking Christ. That's actually they hyped this shit up so good. And thank you, Content President. Without your fucking tweets, we would not even be watching this fucking. Thank you. Fucking All-Star game. every other league, looking at you, NFL, shame. I do not give a shit about your fucking All-Star weekend / fucking Pro Bowl week.
NFL is sitting here turning their All-Star game into a flag football pick'em. Fucking basketball is playing fucking a game where they have 30 million points because no one wants to block a shot. Over here in the fucking NHL All-Star game, we're starting games by dropping gloves and throwing hands because we don't like Canadians.
Fucking military style combat we have out here.
Like,
the fate of fucking 4 nations in the balance, and meanwhile the other league's eating dick.
That's hilarious.
But okay, so going back to
politics, but not really because hockey was politics.
Let's go with the P. Diddy
that 2 minutes of sports was more interesting.
Let's go with the P. Diddy update before we go back to
Oh, okay.
The Patel thing.
Damn,
so
Diddy updates.
P. Diddy has an update. He's suing. First off,
he can sue.
The case against him and Jay-Z got dropped. So now he's suing NBC for $100 million over the Peacock documentary about him while he was still facing the sexual assault charges. And this lawsuit claims basically that the documentary falsely accuses P. Diddy of crimes including murder and sex trafficking of minors.
That list is coming out soon.
Accusing
probably tomorrow.
Who, the P. Diddy list or the Epstein list?
Both of them, because he's going to drop them.
Well, from where we're at with P. Diddy now, fact check this, Slender, because I don't know if he's like criminally okay yet. I know his civil case.
I know his defense was that they arrested him because he was black. That was his defense.
That sounds like P. Diddy. That doesn't even shock me. But if I have it right, the civil case between him and the one that JP was involved with, that got dropped.
What your dad said is actually the latest news on this is his lawyers slammed the feds for using racist law used to target black men.
See? That was the latest.
So I don't know if he's criminally clear yet. I know civilly he's clear.
He filed a motion to dismiss his transportation to engage in prostitution charge, arguing no white person has ever been the target of a remotely similar prosecution.
Jesus. That's a defense. I don't know if that's gonna fucking hold in court.
There's other charges that are against him though, so at least
he's got fucking power charges.
So maybe he's suing NBC for lawyer fees.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I can't wait to see the list.
There are allegations regarding kidnapping, arson, physical violence, sex trafficking, forced labor, among other crimes. And not just him and his associates. So it's not just on him. It's because it was using his business empire.
So arson, prostitution, and that's only to get him to the Greek movie.
I love this game.
Maybe he was hitting one too many Jeffries. That's what it was.
And beyond the federal charges, there's apparently other lawsuits. Like apparently there's an unnamed accuser that subjected her to 4 hours of unwanted groping.
Stroke the furry wall.
4 hours of being unwantedly groped?
How about his gay roommate?
He has a gay roommate?
What?
Yeah.
Doesn't mention anything in this article about that, but that's pretty much the juicy bits of this article that I've found from
Well,
recent news.
He's got an insane amount of baby oil, so gay roommate might be accurate.
That's what I heard. It was some fucking friend of his, or roommate, or some shit that he fucking came on to him, and fucking the guy fucking ended up ratting him out. Something like that. He's got a lot of garbage on him, so who knows?
So yeah, that was there was that, and the other rapper update that we can give is apparently upon further review and after careful self-examination and analysis, Kanye West has determined that he is in fact not a Nazi.
All right.
He just doesn't like Jews.
This is a big question, okay? Because he had a Super Bowl ad that led to a website that led to a shop that only had one item, and it was a white shirt with a swastika on it.
To be fair, historically and by definition, could he really be a Nazi anyway?
I don't think the Nazi Party would accept him.
Right.
No, probably not. Wrong skin color.
But he could be, God, what was that?
Well, they only hated Jews.
What was that guy's name on the Chappelle show? The blind dude.
Clayton Bigsby.
No, not Tyron Biggs. The
Clayton Bigsby. Clayton
Bigsby. He could be a Clayton Bigsby, except he's not blind. One of those self-hating people.
Right.
Condoleezza Rice. That sounds like a Mexican dish.
Like Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks.
What I would hope that we do
Dave Chappelle show.
When Kanye West dies, I would hope, truthfully, that someone examines his brain. Because I think he might have CTE. I'm actually pretty certain Kanye West has CTE. Something about the way he is on. Have y'all seen his Twitter?
Yes.
It's fucking insane. Okay, like it's fucking unhinged.
Oh yes.
And they had to delete a lot of that, bro. Like, I think Elon deleted a lot of it. And he lost. How long was he banned for? He was banned for like 3-4 days. Like Elon was like, all right, bro, relax. Like Kanye West was really testing Elon's patience, I guess. He was really testing the X limit on free speech, and he found it. Like, there is apparently a limit to free speech on X. We found it.
Oh yeah, apparently my buddy Paul found it too.
What was Paul's? Was it Nazi speak?
No, he said something about Obama should hang from the gallows or something like that.
Okay.
Oh,
That got him banned for 10 days.
I mean that is pretty that is pretty much a call to violence there.
That'll do it. That's that's pretty on point.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say that on TV.
And get away with it.
Well, it's a call of violence. The First Amendment doesn't protect call to violence.
All right, so I saved this for last because it's a lot of me presenting information first.
So how about all those people on X that are fucking calling for Elon Musk to be assassinated?
A lot of people have been a lot of people that post things online like that also get visits depending on the severity.
Say that again. Say that. You cut out like.
So there's a good portion of the people, depending on the severity, that will say that stuff online, that will get some visits from, special agents.
Oh shit! Hey, Charles, are you seeing the sports chat?
Oh shit! Let me see.
We have found our leftist friend.
What?
He's
Oh
currently
boy!
He's currently finding out the
What a retard, revisionist piece of shit. He really is a misinformational fucking campaign, bro. Like the problem with Andy is that he stays to the like he can't escape the stereotype, my guy. Like please, you don't have to do this to yourself. Like that's not what happened. We were literally saying, well, that's not right. And we were literally talking. You could, go back to the clip, retard. Like, just fucking go listen to it as we were not agreeing. And you're like, oh, I'm leaving this echo chamber. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. How about you clip that, Andy?
And listen, he went into the sports chat to bitch about us, and then found out PJ's MAGA. So now PJ's sitting there like, you should really learn your American history, buddy, if you're gonna argue for the Democrats. Zero safe nowhere, dude.
He really doesn't know history, that guy Zero.
And hey, people will learn eventually, or they won't, I guess,
Hey, for real, fuck Canada. All right? I don't even want this shit on my TV no more. Fuck Canada. Look, they're playing their "Oh Canada" song. Get them the fuck out of here, bro.
Those people.
Oh, Canada.
Here we go. Here's a nice American game, basketball.
Oh yeah. I like baseball.
Listen, baseball's
an American game.
Yeah, baseball's not doing it. Okay, we'll put it that. Baseball just lost ESPN.
Wait, hold on. I want to go back 1 second. Why did we all start talking about Andy again?
Oh, PJ got involved. PJ got involved in
Andy went into our sports chat to bitch about the podcast, which is the wrong chat to be bitching about the podcast anyway. But he went into our sports chat to bitch about the podcast. And then PJ found out that PJ, who does not he purposely chose not to be a part of this podcast because he doesn't want to sit and argue about politics with us for fucking 7 hours, which
understandable.
Who can blame him? You know what I'm saying?
Understandable.
But PJ can't help himself when he sees something retarded. So now Andy and PJ are in the same conversation that he left us.
All right. No, now that Canada won, can they get the fuck out of Boston? Can they leave? Can they go back to their country?
Well, we need Sam Bennett and Reinhardt to stay in Florida.
Traitors. Send them Gitmo.
No, listen, Reinhardt is our leading scorer. I want to keep him. He's an all right Canadian in my book. Plus, I don't think Reinhardt scored for the Canadians.
Yeah, I'm on PJ's side on this one.
We don't have a problem with Canadians, the people. We don't have a problem with Canadian people.
I love Canadians.
Yeah, I don't have a problem.
Me too.
I have a problem with fucking Trudeau.
Fucking Wizard's like the greatest Canadian I know.
I like Canadians. I don't like Quebecans.
Like most of our Canadian friends fucking are all in on that fucking buy Canada. Yeah, go ahead, fucking make them a 51st state.
Oh boy,
most of our Canadian friends.
There's a 27-second voice message.
I like all of Canada except for Quebec. I fucking hate Quebec.
Started by a Democrat. The dumbest shit I ever heard in my entire life. Now, if you want to go ahead and make some kind of alternative facts type argument like you people normally do,
okay,
they have the freedom to do so. But don't fucking play with my goddamn intelligence right now, dude.
He doesn't have much to play with. So
Wait, hold on. What was that last thing he said?
He said, "Don't play with his intelligence."
Oh.
Oh,
yeah, we weren't really playing with his intelligence. He was playing with his own.
Yeah.
this program is great.
I mean, I just find it funny how I just came in here and he left.
Look at them holding their fake little cup.
Okay. All right. So the last thing we're going to discuss, unless Andy gives us more shit to discuss, is the longest thing that I'm going to be talking for the next 2 minutes. So I'm just going to go over like Gabbard, Kennedy, and Patel real quick, and then we can have our conversations about them. Gabbard was confirmed as DNI with 5248 vote. McConnell was the only Republican to vote against Gabbard.
How do we get back to this?
Shocker.
Oh, we never got to this. We totally ADD'd off of it. You ADD'd us.
Okay.
Tulsi, who served in the National Guard for 20 years, lacks a traditional background in intelligence. Former Democrat Tulsi had a run for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination before dropping out and later leaving the party in 2022. She would join the Republican Party at 24 and endorse Donald Trump's campaign. Trump nominated Gabbard as DNI, a nomination that cleared the Senate Intelligence Committee with a 9-8 vote. After being confirmed by Senate, Gabbard was sworn in as DNI by Pam Bondi in the Oval Office. Some criticisms raised were about Gabbard's meetings with Bashar al-Assad in 2017 as he was gassing his own people. Tulsi's comments on the Russian-Ukraine war that were very pro-Russian, her past support of pardoning Edward Snowden, and then more recently her refusal to label him a traitor during Senate confirmation hearings.
I don't think he's a traitor.
Yeah, exactly. He's not.
I don't think he's a traitor. I think he exposed the fucking government, and he should. And I don't. Why is he a traitor?
These are just criticisms that were listed.
I know, but why is he a traitor? I want to know who paints him out to be a traitor. Hillary Clinton? Really?
Dems.
Yeah, okay.
When
they're just butt sore because they got exposed by the guy.
I remember this part of the Tulsi.
Yeah, I do. I remember
because I remember I remember watching it. The guys on the Democratic side that were interviewing her, that was like the number one thing that they would grill her on. They would wait till the very end of their time, and they would spend that chunk of time trying to get Tulsi to bury Snowden, and she just refused to do it. With her time as DNI, Gabbard has pledged to strengthen the constitutional rights within intelligence operations, refocus the community's analysis to be unbiased in its collection of data, and address concerns about government surveillance and whistleblower protections, as outlined in her 4-point plan during confirmation hearings. Gabbard's supporters view her a true patriot and a breath of fresh air. Her commitment to refocus intelligence on unbiased analysis is a leading reason that many Republicans have voted for her.
Yep.
Robert Kennedy was confirmed as Secretary of Health and Human Services, HHS, with a 52-48 vote. As with Gabbard, Mitch McConnell was the only Republican to vote against RFK. Unlike Tulsi, RFK does have a long history of environmental activism experience to lean on, as he has spent most of his adult life focusing on environmental issues. A co-founder of the Waterkeeper Alliance, which is a nonprofit that focused on protecting bodies of water worldwide, RFK also worked on protecting bodies of water from pollution as a senior attorney of the National Resources Defense Council. RFK helped keep the Hudson clean through his work with the Riverkeeper organization. RFK also has a long history of being, if not the strongest voices against vaccinations. RFK has a long history of linking vaccines to autism, a claim that had been debunked. He also questions the necessity of childhood vaccinations. Many of RFK's positions on vaccinations are hotly debated, and this would be the main criticisms Democrats have with his nomination as health secretary. A concern that is shared
Now
by
he's
more.
attacking PJ for his height. Oh my god.
A concern.
Aren't they like the same height?
A concern that was shared by more than a few Republicans during hearings. However, most Republican senators supported RFK's commitment to addressing chronic diseases and food safety, and this support outweighed those reluctant sentiments regarding vaccinations.
That and the fact that we're going to get primaried if they didn't vote for him.
Like Tulsi in 2020, very true. Like Tulsi in 2020, RFK Jr. also ran for Democratic nomination in 2024 before ultimately leaving the party and trying to run for president as an independent. RFK Jr. would drop out of the race and endorse Donald Trump shortly thereafter. Kash Patel, everybody's favorite guy right now, was confirmed as FBI director with a 51-49 vote. Republican Senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins voted against Kash.
Yep.
Kash,
the two rhino bitches. Well, the two Democrats. Go ahead.
Kash, well, they're red rhino. Kash, who began his career as a public defender in Miami, didn't know that until I wrote this. That was cool. Has played many roles in the United States government. In 2014, he was a trial attorney specializing in counterterrorism for the United States Department of Justice National Security Division. In 2017, Patel joined the House Intelligence Committee under Devin Nunes as a senior counsel on counterterrorism, where he had a major hand in the Nunes memo that highlighted abuses of surveillance powers by FBI during the Russian interference investigation of 2016, which aligned him pretty closely with President Trump. During Trump's first term, Patel served as Senior Director of Counterterrorism Directorate at the NSC, where he oversaw efforts to eliminate senior ISIS and Al-Qaeda leaders. He later became Deputy Assistant to the President and, in 2020, Chief of Staff to Acting Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller. Patel also acted as a legal liaison to the United States Armed Forces Joint Special Operations Command, collaborating on global counterterrorism operations. Patel is a super Trump loyalist who spent his time in between terms writing books about government corruption and a book about helping King Donald in a book that was named A Plot Against the King.
He also wrote Government Gangsters.
Yeah, that's the first book that I was referring to. I didn't write the name of it down. But yeah, Government Gangsters, which was the book about corruption. So out of the three that I watched all of these guys' hearings.
Yeah.
And the one that far and above liked out of these three was Kash Patel. And excuse me. The thing that I liked about Kash Patel's hearings as opposed to the rest of the two was the rest of the two had cute ways of getting out of questions that they didn't want to answer in like a civil manner. Patel was just fucking combative. He was just fuck you, your shit, your whole I'm wrecking your whole shit. I don't care what you have to say about me. I'm gonna get fucking passed. You know I'm gonna get passed, and I'm wrecking all of your shit. The vibes from Patel were bloodlusty.
Yep.
Yeah, the other two were trying to be more courteous. Patel was just, nope, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
I've never heard somebody drop hard R in a Senate hearing meeting ever in my life before Kash Patel, dude. And if you're gonna drop hard R, you better look like Kash Patel. You're the only guy can't look like me and drop that in a hearing. Like,
nope.
Patel definitely earned my respect from the hearings. That guy looks like he's gonna be a fucking problem.
He's perfect for the job.
And he's coming in basically to take it. He's already taken a hammer to the FBI. Like that's already begun. A lot of people have already started losing their jobs to in the FBI. Like that's
No, and yesterday, a judge ruled that he could continue to fire people because apparently they sued him for that.
Yeah.
They sued Trump for that.
That Patel's gonna gut the whole FBI.
Yep, he's gonna gut everything. Everybody that he's put in position is gonna gut every department. So you can count on that. That's why I'm telling you, in 4 years, you're not gonna recognize the government.
Well, I am gonna recognize the government, but it might look like something else that I really loved in this world. One of my other favorite hearings that I didn't write any notes for, I'm just gonna go off of what I remember. Linda McMahon, dude, is gonna be
right, yeah.
education. That hearing.
Linda McMahon has one job and one job only, and her job is to fail. Her job is to get rid of the Department of Education.
Amazing. And watching Linda McMahon hearing, it was so hard to pay attention to Linda because all you see is Triple H drinking from a water bottle, and you were going, just spit it out. Just do it. Just do it. Triple H being there with Stephanie McMahon and fucking Shane McMahon while Linda's trying to get into the Department of Education to fucking ruin it. That's good TV. That is great TV. That is like Trump, San Maga said, content president right here, bro. That is good content. WWE education system. Fuck yeah.
Oh shit.
We don't need to learn about fucking math. We need to learn about headlocks and taxes, all right?
I mean, I'll go out on a limb
Andy,
to say you would probably learn
BJ,
more from a
Andy left the group.
WWE wrestling match or whatever wrestling match over some of the entertainment that they put out today in general. So,
hey, did anybody see the interview today at CPAC with Elon Musk?
Say again?
Did anybody see the interview today at CPAC with Elon Musk?
Not yet.
No. But
give us a summary.
Okay. All right. Well, he came on stage, and this guy Rob, I forget his last name, that with Newsmax was interviewing him. But he came on stage, and right after he came on stage, Malay, that guy from Argentina, came on stage, right? And he gives Elon Musk this huge fucking chainsaw, gold chainsaw. And then they started the interview.
it's symbolic. It's funny. It's symbolic because that's how Millet ran, that he was going to, use a chainsaw to tear apart the government.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. So he gave one to Elon because Elon's doing the same shit. In fact, Schumer cried about it the other day. He goes, "Yeah, well, we know there's government waste, but we don't need a fucking chainsaw running through it." Well, so guess what?
Here's my whole thing with the Elon thing and people being mad about it. What they're being mad, what they're bitching about, truly, already was happening. Like, we had a Doge before Doge. We just renamed it to Doge.
Yeah, I know. But it was happening, but it wasn't happening in the last fucking 2 administrations. But I mean, it was in Obama's at the beginning of the first term of Obama. He had a department that was doing that, but
Obama created the department. Well, no, no. I
no,
don't think
Clinton and Gore created
I
that.
think,
The
that's
original.
accurate. I think Bill Clinton was the one that created that department.
Yeah.
But Obama was very aggressive in the first term.
In the first
I
term,
remember a speech, or not a speech, but it was like an interview or something where basically Obama said, "Bro, the fucking Congress isn't working the way I want it to work, so we're doing this now."
yeah. Well, so
And then they stopped, and then they stopped trying. And now Trump is back with Elon and these fucking computer nerds, and they're actually trying, and they're finding shit.
But because that's the thing. They're fucking computer nerds and they're fucking geniuses and they know how to hack it and they're getting to everything. That's what scares them because they're uncovering shit that normal people can't uncover. That's why they're all upset because they're gonna find dirt and they're gonna find some serious crimes. And that's what they're all petrified about. And the loudest ones are the ones that are mostly implicated in it. So the ones screaming the loudest, the Democrats that are out there screaming the loudest, they're the ones that are fucking the mostly implicated in the dirt that they're going to find. I mean, that's obvious. I'm sure there's plenty of Republicans that are fucking going to go down. Like, they're not out there
I can read the group chat. Oh shit!
So, man, we've gone through a fucking lot today.
Yeah, I know. My cell phone's almost dead.
Yeah, we've gone through a lot. We've been on for like 2.5 hours, and fucking Andy's giving us more fucking content in the chat room right now. He's rage quit the chat room, which is crazy because he's gonna be back in the chat room in like 2 hours.
Wasn't that him on the phone a while ago?
Yeah.
Bitching about the Democrat statement I made?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then on Facebook, he capped and he said that was my cue to leave. And it's like, no, you left because you called this an echo chamber, which is not true. Because if you go back to the video, we were literally having a discussion about that statement, in which we were not all in agreement, and he called it an echo chamber anyway, and left like a diva. So,
You know, I was
PJ
referring to the
started
first. I was referring to World Wars.
PJ started it. Andy
What?
posted the status.
oh yeah, PJ started the beef on the sports chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He posted a status about the conversation. Basically, what Charles just said was Andy's status, and PJ was like, "No, bro, I'm not letting this slide."
Why does Andy sound like he just wants attention or something?
Because I'm not saying it. We're live.
Oh, I've already said it probably like 3 times on this program.
I think what truly Andy
Because
is
he's black.
a very, very hard left individual.
Well, bro, he's like living in the wrong world.
Like, he's a hard left individual. He's super, super passionate about black issues. I know that.
Yet I bet he doesn't even know it.
There's a good faith way of me explaining Andy because I've lived with him and I've known that motherfucker a very, very long time. So and on some of his points I've agreed with him. So like I know I can good faith Andy. The problem with good faithing Andy is that he'll come in here and completely ruin everything that I'm gonna say about him. But at the core, Andy is not a retard. He's intelligent in some respects. He's misinformed in a bunch of things. He's still in the hole that I came out of. Basically.
Very delusioned.
He's still in the hole that I came out of. I was in the same hole with him. My fucking dad could tell you, bro. We've had arguments about the police where I was fucking viscerally screaming at him. Like I was that mad about it. Like and Andy's the same way in these conversations, and he hasn't pulled himself out of that yet.
Does he realize that like a lot of black people, and I'm not racist, you know that, but a lot of black people have actually woken up.
Oh yeah,
to what is actually happening.
He won't.
Because I can fucking pull up 50 fucking videos of black people pissed off like a motherfucker at the Democrats.
Of course.
Definitely.
I mean, because like a lot of black America is actually woken the fuck up.
There was this black woman. She was in front of a whole bunch of Black Lives Matter protesters, and she was like, "Black Lives Matter is a joke." Blah blah blah.
That was a fucking scam.
Honestly, when I started seeing that, I think it's really hard for me because of what I look like. Clearly, to speak for a black person, but I very, I'm very much so part of that message, and like I'm very sympathetic to the
You want to know a counter to that a bit?
I mean,
I would say it's very hard for any person to speak on behalf of any other person without specifically living within that person itself.
Even then, those I am still I have not wavered on this part of it. There is still, in my opinion, and it's probably not an opinion, it's more closer to fact. There's still things that black men deal with in this country that we just don't. You know, it's that list is getting smaller and smaller. I will grant that all day, but there is still a list. You know, my whole thing that I'm trying to explain, and I wish Andy was here that and not fucking viscerally crazy because he would be able to explain it much better than me. But I'm sure a lot of black people woke up when they found out BLM was a scam. When they found out the people behind BLM was white, and then when they found out the BLM was just basically a ploy to fucking fund shit that had no interest in black politics whatsoever. They were basically getting played. We all got played.
White people
funded by USAID, buddy.
And on top of all that, it's one thing that I hear very smart black people have had this conversation many times in the last, I want to say 6 to 8 months. When is the last time you've seen yourself a video recording or whatever of a fucking cop shooting a black guy in the last year?
I don't think I've seen any videos.
I've seen
the good news.
No, I haven't seen a video since George Floyd.
I've seen
that wasn't even a shooting.
I've seen one, and it was justified because the lady was holding a fucking pot of water getting ready to throw it.
I've seen one where a black cop accidentally shot his white partner, but that's.
But you know what? You know what I can tell. You know what I can tell you, and you know what a lot of black people that have had this conversation can tell you too. Back in 2020, we saw a fucking video every goddamn day.
That's a legacy.
You couldn't log on to Facebook and not see a black guy get shot by a cop. We saw a video of that every fucking day. And then all of a sudden they disappeared. And you want to tell me that in fucking from 2020 to 2024, we just solved the problem?
But that's the thing. Yeah. I get mad at Brandon because like he says that like, oh, the leftist media isn't like a fucking, one sentence repeat. And it's like, bro, the proof is there. Like, yeah, that was a fucking propaganda campaign to make it seem like 1 million black people were getting shot by cops. Then we had, and for better or worse, we had the trains. They were like the train derailments made the news every fucking 3 days.
And now all the planes are crashing.
Now all the planes.
All of a sudden, there's this big
But the
epidemic.
problem is that if you think for like 30 seconds, if you use that brain of yours for 30 seconds, which I know a lot of people can't anymore, like if you look at the statistics, there's been plane crashes happening every fucking year for forever, basically. And it's like now is when we choose to cover it because Orange Man bad. So like it's really just whether the media is there to push a certain narrative and show you what they want to show you, regardless of the fucking subject. And that's why like the legacy media is absolute dog shit, and they have proof of this going more than a decade, more than 2 decades of like it's
Not
not
only that,
worse.
they were also being funded by USAID.
No, yeah, we've had some
All the legacy media.
Politico, $8 fucking million. Come on, man.
Yeah,
all the legacy media, all of it, all of it.
So,
I think that's where black people woke up when they found out that BLM was a fraud, a scam. That
Oh yeah,
really,
yeah, they were taking money and all that shit.
that really fucked the black vote for Democrats, bro.
yeah, I heard him. A lot of people said, "Fuck this! This wasn't working for me. Like this is not helping me and my family in any fucking way." So,
Bro, that hurt me, and I wasn't even. I'm not even black, and that fucked me up because I went. I actually there is pictures of me on on the news. I went to these protests. Like I printed. I basically did what my dad did for Elian Gonzalez. I went out and printed like
Shame yourself.
I can't breathe shirts and fucking went out and handed them out to people and screamed at cops for like 3 fucking hours until they started burning shit, and then I was out. But I did all that shit, all that effort to find out later was for nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm a white guy. I'm a white Cuban guy. Can you imagine an Andy? He's probably fucking
Same here.
insane. Because Andy gave a whole fuck about that. A whole fuck about that. I know that for sure. Because that was where me and Andy really connected politically. He gave a whole fuck about BLM. To find out that that shit was a scam, he's probably dealing with it not
but
so.
That's what's crazy. Like he didn't wake up to that. He's stuck. He pulled a Bernie Sanders. Like he is doubling down like on his backstabbers. It's fucking crazy.
I'm once again asking for financial support.
It sucks. Sucks to see. But it's all right. We're fixing the country. Okay?
I sure hope so.
I do too, because Republicans, if you fuck this up, dude, I don't know a better situation than this.
What made me really start seeing and losing respect for these fucking Democrats was when they started taking down their own statues, because those are their people. The Confederates were their people. But they started taking down their own statues, like trying to hide their history, and then playing it off like they're doing it because it's racist. No. You don't, that's just stupid.
Yep, yeah.
You're tearing down Robert E. Lee, your general in your Confederate Army that was your party. And you're going to try to erase history to make yourself look like something else that you're not. It doesn't, that just doesn't fly.
I think BLM was the last straw.
Yeah, and
legacy media in this country. I think BLM was that few months.
And I want to know about this party switch. When did that occur?
It wasn't.
And that didn't occur. That's another myth. There was no party switch.
So what happened was there were a few.
I could switch to I could be. I'm a Republican. All right.
Party switch just happened.
I could become a Democrat.
You want to know when the party switch was? It just happened.
Well, Kind of. There are a lot of Democrats that switch party, but the party switch that people refer to historically isn't a whole party platform switch or whatever. There were a few prominent figures in the past that when the Republican Party came to be, that ended up switching over because it, or vice versa, as their ideals more aligned with the other party, but it wasn't as huge as it was made out to be.
I don't know many party switch. And by the way,
exactly.
the Republican Party was founded by black people. Okay.
Right. Mostly.
Yes.
The founders of the Republican Party were all black.
Mostly. There were some white people in there, but it was mostly black people. Yes.
Mostly black people.
Founded by Lincoln, pro-gun.
No, before Lincoln.
It was before Lincoln.
The Republican Party was an established party before Lincoln. Lincoln was
and it was established by mostly black people.
Lincoln
Who founded the Republican Party?
I think he was.
Hold on. There's a whole
Because
group
I was
of
always
people
told
that did.
Lincoln founded the Republican Party.
Hold on, let me double check that.
Big fact checking program.
So, the Republican Party was founded by a coalition of former members of the Whig Party, free soldiers, and anti-slavery activists.
Oh,
their key figures include Alvin E. Beauvais and Horace Greeley.
Yes. My bad. It's called the House of Lincoln. Yes.
He was a Whig and then a Republican. He wasn't a Democrat. He was never.
But like the Republican Party is called the House of Lincoln.
Okay.
Oh, are we sure?
I'm just saying that's the part I got confused on. It's late.
No.
It is late. I am like half awake at this point now that I got my Andy energy out.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Hold on. Let me check the chat, see what's going on.
Well, Andy's not in the chat.
Oh yeah.
I am interested to hear what the chatter's perspective is on where the party switches.
I mean, I don't.
There was none.
When I can only do it by hyperbole, and I don't even know if I'm accurate, but I can kind of like tell you where I was. At one point in my life, Democrats, when I was younger, the left specifically, the left was really, really matching my values. Where the left was all about, we're gonna say what we want to say and fuck you. You can't stop us from saying it. And they were all about
rock and
fuck
roll
you.
was rock and roll.
Yeah, basically rights and free speech and anti-establishment and fucking anarchy.
You know what?
And basically
That's exactly right. That's the other hypocritical thing about the Democrat Party. They were the ones that were fighting for free speech originally.
That's what the left was.
Now they're telling you that it led to the Holocaust. Like,
yeah, right.
It led to the Holocaust, right? Now they openly come out. That bald bitch that they have, I forget her name.
Oh, we talking about Joy Reid?
Yeah, fucking bald one. The other day, fucking saying, "Oh, I'm all on board with anybody that wants to censor speech." Really?
The left was the antithesis of that idea. The left, when I was a kid, when I was like 14, 15, getting into debate clubs and shit, the left was basically that message. And then somewhere in 2014, 15, 16, Donald Trump is introduced into politics. Like, seriously. Not before when he tried the first run in the 2000s. When he came back to politics, seriously.
He never tried to run before 2016, 15.
No, he had this whole thing where he was going to run that like people were trying to put him up to run for 2000.
Oh, right, yeah. They were talking. It was something people were talking of. Yeah, but he wasn't wanting to really run back then.
I don't think he ever had a serious run. That's why I don't count it.
He never tried to run, bro. Listen, in 1980 fucking 8, I think, or 89 is when he did that interview with the Oprah. And Oprah asked him, "Will you ever run for president?"
And he said no.
And he said, "No, I wouldn't. I have such a great life. I don't really think I see myself running. But if it gets," he says he would. He said, "If it ever gets so bad, because I don't like the way the country's going. If it ever gets so bad, I don't totally want to rule it out." That's what he said on her show. But he never ran until 2015. And he said on her show, he said, "And if I run, I'm gonna run to win." He didn't even say that about the Republican. But he said,
Right.
"If I ever ran, I would run to win."
He did also say he wanted Oprah to be his vice president.
Yeah,
but
that didn't work out too well.
Right.
In the year 2000,
he got Mike Pence the first time. That's kind of like Oprah.
In the year.
Hold on. Imagine if that happened. Just imagine if that happened.
Well, Oprah used to be more ideally aligned with him, so if it did happen, that probably would have been insane.
That would have been
like Trump president and Oprah vice president. What the hell? You fucking with me?
But in the year 2000, there was like this little like I remember a Rage Against the Machine video where I saw Donald Trump for president as one of the signs. Like there was a little, but he never seriously ran. In 2016,
might have been a meme.
He was introduced.
Yeah, it was
into
basically
politics.
just a meme.
In 2016, he was introduced into politics seriously, and that really fucked the left up. It changed the left completely.
What I find comical about the whole thing is Donald Trump hasn't changed ever. And everybody loved Donald Trump all the way until he ran for president.
It's the same thing with Elon Musk. He hasn't changed either.
Sharpton, yeah, same thing with Elon, but Al Sharpton, fucking, what's his name? Fucking, the other guy, Reggie, whatever the fuck his name is. All these fucking people love Trump. Everybody, for that matter, everybody, even Hillary and fucking Bill, all of them. And he was donating to the Democrat Party. So everybody loved him until he decided to run for president and became a threat to them. And then they just started fucking changing.
And in this time period, the left changed dramatically. It started becoming the party of.
I will actually say that the left was starting to change before he even ran, and that's what got him to run.
Well,
yeah, that's what got him to run.
I agree with that, but Donald Trump was he was making noise in politics before he ran.
Of course, but you got to remember.
Yeah,
so when like, and it even ties to the gender ideology stuff. When did that start getting really prominent? It was more around 2010, 2012.
I want to say 2012, 2013, around.
I'm surprised it didn't happen with Marilyn Manson.
Right?
No, I have a whole other thing with it. But I'll get to that in a second if you want to hear it. But actually, I'll get to that in a second because it's a part of my thing. But the left became not about free speech. They wanted to fucking tell people how to talk. They wanted to change language that we were used to.
Right.
They wanted to create new fucking rules. This is the party that broke rules when I was a kid. Now they want to create rules that are fucking nuts. And then they had this Me Too movement. And at first, the Me Too movement was actually getting people. Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein. Then it got too fucking crazy, leading to Marilyn Manson. I have a whole strong opinion on the Marilyn Manson thing, and it really fucked me off on Me Too. I was out. as soon as they hit Marilyn Manson, because what they were doing to Marilyn Manson was bullshit. And anybody that spent more than 5 minutes in a fetish scene would know it's bullshit. The shit that they were saying about Marilyn Manson, you could write it 50 Shades of Grey. They were doing BDSM, and ain't no motherfucking woman ever did that with Marilyn Manson that didn't actually want to be a part of it. That Marilyn Manson didn't fucking just lock up bitches in a dungeon that didn't want to be there.
They
That
were
never
shaming him.
that never fucking happened. Everybody that Marilyn Manson fucked with in that way, it was consensual and asked for and looked for. And that's the culture. If you actually read the shit that they were
That's
trying
kind of hard to believe, but yeah.
I also, how did Vince McMahon escape the original Me Too?
Yeah, I want.
That one
What the fuck?
I don't know, because he should have been. He should have been.
Me
That's a
Three.
good one. That's a good one. We should look into that one.
But
But
the shit that they were trying to do with Marilyn Manson, if you actually look into the fucking complaints on him, it's all just fetish party shit. It's all like literally, I can have that same story with 1,000 fuckers in the fucking fetish scene. Ain't no problems with it. They were trying to extort Marilyn Manson. That's what they were trying to do. And that's when I fell out of Me Too. Like hardcore. And then Me Too became fucking cancel culture. It stopped being just we're getting fucking people that abuse women. We're just fucking getting anybody that says anything that we don't fucking like. I can't be a part of this. I can't be a part of a fucking party that does this. I can't be a part of a political movement that does this. I've never been about it. I've always been the kind of guy that say what the fuck you want and let the fucking world deal with you after that. But get to say what you want. Not let's create fucking rules. And if you say that shit, we're gonna fucking end your life. We're gonna fucking get you fired. We're gonna get you deleted off the fucking internet. You're not gonna be able to walk out your fucking house without getting egged or some shit. Like I can't. That sounds to me a whole lot like a country that my dad came from.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And I've never been about that. So that was why I left the left. Basically.
Yeah.
right. Well, so that's what I was bringing up, though. You were starting to notice it, and that's where people started to really notice it. But they were making subtle shifts. When Trump started running for president, that's where they were like, oh, well, we have to get really ingrained in this, and they got more public, and that was their mistake about it, getting public.
That what really fucking changed that party was Obama. I think Obama was.
I wouldn't argue that.
Obama was the one that wanted to come in and change the way America was. Fundamentally change the way America was.
So Obama was the first person I voted for, and now, like looking back, I see the big con and the big shift
You fucked up.
that the Democrat Party took that you're talking about. Like it really was like hope and change, and you know, it felt like you were fighting the system for the first time, at least in your minds. But he turned out to be the biggest system fucking tool in the history of the fucking country at that point.
And if you look at what he did, he's the one that laid a lot of
Yeah,
the foundation to make it where, like, you can kind of take as much control as you can at the presidential seat.
He was literally one of the deep states, like fucking number one. He was like a bishop, a rook. Like he was a high piece on the chessboard of deep state shit. And
You gotta fight the system to beat the system.
he did an excellent job of, like, at least my generation, make us feel like he was the complete opposite.
Yep.
This cool hip black guy, kind of young, and he says, you know, I'm gonna hope and change. I'm gonna change things up. Things are corrupt. We are gonna downsize government. Like, said all these cool things, and we're like, yeah, Democrats. And then, like, some people realized at the time, some people didn't. Obviously, that like this was
before Obama, they kind of hid the way they fucking were.
Yeah.
Well, even they were hiding it during Obama. Everything was still subtle.
He very hidden.
So if they kept following the game plan the way Obama set it up and kept it as subtle as he kept it, then I don't think that before long we would have been in a, you know, a similar state to where your father came from.
They got too greedy with the whole Hillary play. That's all it was. Like Hillary thought, okay, now that Obama gives me the baton, I can keep it going.
Oh yes.
She wanted to jump the line.
They had a 16-year plan, and Trump fucked that up for them.
They fucked, yep. And they were executing. Like, they got it. They were 8 years in. They were ready, baby. And Trump threw the biggest wrench in fucking modern history. So then they forced it back. They gave it to Biden. They forced it like, nah, fuck this guy. And then this time around, you know, they tried to kill him because they're like, well, we got no other options. But whatever happened, and they didn't kill him. So now they got to fucking lie in their fucking graves because they threw everything, including the kitchen sink at him. Haha.
Yeah.
And, you know, now they're, look who's getting thrown out. The fucking kitchen sink, baby.
Now the deep state's getting destroyed because that's what's happening right now. They're just fucking dismantling the fucking deep state.
And again, to the listeners, we're talking both parties here. Like, both parties are guilty of being in on this.
Yep.
We're talking the Nikki Haley's of the fucking Republican Party. She was another
right. To the listeners, if you had faith in John F. Kennedy and what he was planning to do, then they are basically pulling what he was planning to do today.
Yep.
That's it. They're finishing what fucking Kennedy was doing. That's what they're doing right now. That's why Kennedy's on board, bro.
And literally, we control back. Right now, we have control.
Shit comes out if it comes out, because I mean, it's gonna make a lot of fucking people look at things differently. When we get to the bottom of the JFK assassination, the RFK assassination, the Martin Luther King assassination, when they get to the bottom of all that, people are going to see things the same way anymore.
No, and luckily people are already seeing things now for what they are.
Was our government.
Anyway, 3 hours. I'm a head out.
Right.
Yeah,
I've got work in the morning.
The last thing I'm gonna say about the whole fucking Obama thing is that he came in an opportune time. Like if we want to remember, he kind of came in on almost the same easy. Like, you know how easy it was for Joe Biden to win his presidency against Donald Trump because of how pissed off we were at Donald Trump after BLM. Obama came in, first black guy talking about change in a fucking moment in history in our country where we were so fucking pissed at George Bush.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like it was an auto win. And then the second term against Mitt Romney was an auto win. So Obama got fucking significantly lucky.
And you really think about it, like Mitt Romney, Obama really were
Obama was meant to be president, bro. They were grooming him for a long time to be fucking president.
And the shift from Bush to Obama, even though we thought it was a radical different change at the time, it was just the same shit. It was Bush, you know, Bush passing the baton. Like it you know, these people are all friends.
Was the fucking head of the CIA. Okay? The CIA has been corrupt for years, and we all know that.
Yep.
But so listen, we will. I'm so glad that I can stretch this pod for 3 hours, but I'm gonna call it here because we all got to go to sleep. My dog's got to get out of here. They're protesting.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night,
guys. Later. Good night.
Andy, stop rage quitting, bro.
Bro, get your shit together, Andy.
We need somebody to represent the Democratic Party that we're willing to talk with us.
Yeah, we need someone to represent your zombie ass party. Like, please.
All right, stop rage quitting. To the rest of y'all, have a good night. Don't forget to
Congratulations, Canada, on winning the All-Star game. You still don't have to stand to get up. Fuck you.
Yep. Enjoy that. You're still the land of no family. Have a good night, everybody. Woo.